Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Is that okay? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. Hey, Boo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You sound good. Can you
Okay,
hear?
awesome, awesome.
Okay.
Somebody else is in the background. Let me
Who?
see.
Good Lord.
Let me make sure. Hello?
It's Eddie, Charlie Sending Love's other co-host on my channel.
Oh, hey, Eddie, how you doing?
Yes, well, the thing is, yes, I'm doing well.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Okay, good. I'm doing well too. I just have to make sure you were
I
who you
know,
are.
I know. Yes, I know, I know.
Okay, well, what's going on?
I'm checking. I saw the heading of your channel. I'm interested in this conversation.
Oh, and the storyline, the lady who
Yeah,
kept the money.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, what's up? Let me shout out everybody in the chat. Hey, Corio. Hey, Love. Thanks for joining me this morning. And Room Shaker. I don't know what was going on earlier with the sound, but hopefully it's coming through fine now. But yeah,
Yeah, it is.
so
It's good.
all right, awesome, awesome. So I wanted to discuss this show. I mean, this title of this storyline because I could not believe that for the love of money that was not yours to begin with, you willing to risk your life and go to jail over an
For
accidental
real.
mistake. Yes. See what had happened was, and what up, do tell and hi HTX. A lady was working at a job and she normally made like $15 or $16 an hour. And instead of them paying her like $16.50, which is her hourly wage, they accidentally paid her $1,650 per hour for a 12-hour shift. Can y'all believe that?
Oh God.
And so they paid her almost $20,000.
Oh God. I'm surprised that's all, but okay.
You and she refused to pay it back. Hold on, y'all. Check this out.
Oh my goodness.
Police arrested a Jonesboro woman after officers say she refused to return nearly $20,000 her employer accidentally paid her. 50-year-old Renee Nicole Coleman faces a theft charge of more than $5,000 but less than $25,000 after a payroll glitch paid her $1,650 an hour instead of $1,650. Her employer says when the error was caught, Coleman refused to pay the money back. Coleman was arrested today on an outstanding warrant. Her bond is set at $15,000. She is due back in court on May 18th.
At Cox, you're
That's wild.
If I'm going to risk it all, it's going to be for way more than $20,000.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What up, Tay Baby? Hey, Lauren. It was like, that's crazy. Like, first of all, I don't know how HR, I've never had that happen before. I've had a bank accidentally give me too much money back. I've had I cashed a check before at Walmart one time and they accidentally gave me too much money back. And I was honest about it. And I went back like later that day. I was like, y'all deposited money into my account twice. And they was like, oh, we did? We didn't even know. Hell no, you ain't about to come at me a month or 2 months from now talking about I owe y'all some money. Nope, take it back.
Right.
Take it back right now. Yep, I sure did. But this lady, she was paid $1,650 instead of 16. She was paid $1,650 instead of being paid $16.50. And she's locked up right now. She's locked up. Let me put her picture on here. Oh, y'all saw her picture on the thumbnail.
I just, it doesn't make any sense. I think once when I went to the bank, the teller gave me $1 over. And I had left the bank. I had, I was living in Atlanta at the time. I had driven like an hour and a half to get home, because I went to the branch, downtown by my job. And if you guys know Atlanta traffic, it just took forever. And I weighed, I'm like, do I want to drive an hour and a half back downtown to downtown Atlanta to give her back $1? Because it was her cash drawer that was going to be $1 short. You see what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have made any sense to go to another branch and go, here, can you give this $1? I didn't know her name. I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? And so I did not waste my time. And you see,
yeah, for $1, I chopped the girl. She probably gonna be a little light. Hey, your dollar is $1 over. You know what's going on. Next time, be careful. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm sure you probably won't get in too much trouble for $1. But then again, it is a bank,
right?
So I definitely wouldn't have drove back down there for no damn $1. Nope.
No. And you see, I still remember that story. So it kind of, it bothered me. But I just, Atlanta traffic is like LA on the, it's just on the 101. It's just awful. And I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, Atlanta traffic is awful.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't find it within myself. I was like, "Girl, I'm sorry. You gonna have to eat that $1." Okay.
And I understand that. I mean, I've only been to Atlanta one time, but oh my God, I couldn't even drive. I was scared to drive. Like the family members that I went on the trip with,
Hmm.
they had to drive the whole week that we were there. I was like, ooh, on the interstate.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
doing like, it felt like they was doing 200 and I'm doing like 70. Nope.
That's the only
Mm-mm.
place I've ever lived where you can get on the road at 3 a.m. and it's a ton of traffic on the freeway just flying at 3 a.m. It's just never, it's rarely great traffic. The best traffic, believe it or not, was when the Olympics came to Atlanta. People thought it was going to be awful, so everyone left town. And for those of us that stayed, it was absolute heaven. That's the only time. But anyway, let me shut up. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
I'm
you're
sorry, I was
got
on
no.
mute.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
My name's Eddie, by the way.
Okay, Eddie. What do you think, Eddie?
You know, I've had bosses accidentally pay me more than what was owed. You know, because I was a subcontractor. I've been in the construction field majority of my life, and I've had contractors overpay me, and knowing that I'm going to want more work from them later on, I'm going to
Hmm.
be honest with them
Yeah, yeah.
and show up and say, "Hey, you gave me like $70 too much or $100 too much." I had a boss pay me a check and it had one extra digit in there that wasn't supposed to be there.
Hmm.
So now I could have kept it, not said a word. But when you approach them and you're honest with them, 9 times out of 10, they might give you a raise or, up your hourly pay for whatever job you do. I don't know. It comes back to you. Karma comes back. I look
Yeah,
at it.
yes, it does. And I've been scared. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking when I kept that dollar, I was worried about what kind of karma monetarily I was going to get for that dollar. And I think it was probably one time when I went to the casino and I didn't hit for blackjack all night. So I think, and I lost about a couple $100. So,
Oh my God. I don't want to say that was your karma, especially for $1. I think you was just having a bad night.
oh, okay.
But yeah, I couldn't have done that. I'm a scaredy cat. I couldn't have done that. I would have just like immediately I mean, that was a total of like $19,388. They said altogether. It happened last year. The employer, however, didn't report it to the police until August because this happened in May of 25. And the employer didn't, report it until August. And after the employee declined to return the funds because she had from May all the way to August. And somebody said in the chat she probably spent, hell yeah. By that time, she probably did spend all that money. But she declined to
Yeah,
return the money. And so that's a Class C felony. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because isn't it over five? Well, I guess it varies from state to state, but usually it's $500 or more and it becomes a felony.
Yeah, I believe it's 500 and it's a felony.
Mhm.
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And hers was like
uh,
almost 20,000. Yep.
that's 20,000 felonies.
That's what you're right.
she probably
So
Uh,
she probably paid off some credit cards. She probably spent that money within a month.
she probably went out of town. She probably bought a new car. She probably went on shopping sprees. I mean, 20,000. I was talking to somebody the other day. Some people only make around 20-something thousand a year, depending on,
yeah,
where they live and what type of education they have. So $20,000 for some people, that's like a whole annual, income. But this lady in particular, it was 19,388. It was a error in the decimal point.
Oh, is that
She said she
uh,
was paid the full amount through her employer's regular payroll processing. and they didn't discover the mistake immediately.
Well,
But she was just arrested this month. Yeah.
did they tell us what she has said thus far, or they're not quoting her at all, or is she speaking through her attorney? Nothing.
She
Or
said, "Get it back in blood."
no, you're just saying that.
No,
Right?
I'm not. I promise you. They said one of
That's
the most.
wild.
They said one of the most inflammatory details in the affidavit is Coleman alleged statement that the employer will have to get it back in blood. And they
Oh.
said the phrase has been widely repeated on social media, often cited as evidence of threatening behavior or criminal intent. That's what she said. Get it back in blood. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Eddie.
Man,
Oh,
I tell you, I wonder, does she have kids?
I don't know. I don't know.
they are those Nikes worth it? I wish I'd have known
Man,
she could have paid for this piece laptop I just bought. Shit.
you know, I hope the judge doesn't use her as an example.
Oh, you know they are.
But
Oh, you
with her
talking about?
statement like that, you get it back
Mhm.
in blood. That judge could be like, okay, we're gonna give it back to you in blood. All right.
Could you imagine? I mean,
I,
what?
I've said some wild things to the judge and
Yeah.
got in trouble for it and did the time for it. But you learn you learn. I was young. I wasn't very smart.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think before I spoke. I said some wild, never threatening.
Mm-hmm.
But you're basically saying that you don't care.
Right.
That's basically what she says. She don't care about what happens.
Right. Over $19,000.
Mhm.
I'll be like, give me
Mhm.
community service. I'll work for free. I'll do whatever to make up for not reporting it and apologize, whatever. You know, humble yourself. But because
Yeah.
mistakes happen.
Yeah, but it's not a
Mhm.
mistake when you spend that money. You
It's
see,
not a mistake at all. And
even
no
if
matter what you have going on, like no matter if it's a bill, if it's
right,
eviction, if it's no matter what it is, it still doesn't give you the right to take the money,
right,
from your employer if
right,
they didn't pay you outright.
right. That's too much money for
Mhm.
community service. They might, instead of say, giving you 3 years, they, if you were nice about it, and they might have given you a year plus community. You're gonna have to do some time because you knew that wasn't your money.
Absolutely.
Know what I
And,
mean? But I don't my father always told us, if you ever are arrested somewhere, just hold on and know I'm coming for you, and keep your mouth shut.
mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
answer anything.
Right.
You could give them your name, because when they look you up, you don't have anything on your record. But besides that, just be quiet and
Just
know I'm
shut the
on my
hell up.
way. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Remain on your feet. And you talking about you bought a what you say you just had to buy?
I just
Toria?
I just bought that new MacBook Neo. That new
Okay. Well, look
Yeah.
what I just had to buy this morning.
Oh, you had to buy a printer too?
A new edible printer. You
Edible.
see that that sticker price?
Oh God,
$4.99.
that's how much my Neo.
Mm-hmm.
Edible printer, edible, like you can
I
eat it.
know, right?
Yes, it's for I'm a professional custom cake decorator.
Oh,
So, sometimes cakes have those edible images on them.
Man,
yeah.
I just be making edible images all day of different images. I don't
For,
like you, so I'm gonna eat you. I don't like you because I'm gonna eat you.
oh Lord.
Well,
So
a lot of people, they be wanting their kids' pictures on there. They be wanting their
yeah,
pictures on their case. They be wanting, or a picture of something, something they might have saw that they
That's
wanted
cool.
to
That's
go with
cool.
the theme on their cake. So my edible printer that I had to be replaced, and I just ordered it this morning. I did not want to pay that. So when I say it don't matter what bill you have or whatever, it doesn't give you the right to take that money. I mean, at
Nope.
least, at the very least, you should have offered to pay back in installments.
Yes, they probably would have accepted that. If they waited from May to August, they
Mhm.
were trying to work with her. Don't you feel like they have been, it took them that long because they were trying to work with her, wait for her. They were giving her ample time to do something, to pay that money back. And it might have been a few lump sums. It might not have been what she probably,
Mhm.
even if she'd have did that, she'd have probably been short on her rent,
Mhm.
because they're not going to take $50 a month
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
20 grand.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Those are the type of repayments I get from my children. But from your job, like if my son's coming to me say, "Mom, I need $1,000 for this. I need my car fixed." Okay, I'll give it to you, but you owe me. All right, I'll give you this, whatever you can. $25 a check, $50 a check, whatever. But I'm not
Yep.
just giving you some free money like that because I ain't rich.
right. But
So,
I'm glad you
You
got
work hard.
you'll make that back in what, four cakes. You
girl, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they sometimes do have, situations. I can recall when I was younger and I might have been in a situation where I needed some money and I went to my mom. She didn't always have it because we were a impoverished, family, below income usually, growing up. But if she had it, she did give it to you. So I'm the same way with my sons. If I have it, I'll give it to you, but I'm gonna let you know I need it back. And if I really don't need it back, then I'll let you know that. But
Mhm.
yeah.
we
Usually I'll be like,
I,
just pay me back whenever.
I know what it means to be broken and broke.
yeah.
I call
My-
it broke, fi broke. Broke, fi broke.
you know, we learned just not to ask my dad for anything because he would you do with your money? Well, I bought some weed and I was clubbing.
Oh,
You
not
see,
I paid all my bills and I just come up short. She tell the truth. The
he
whole
would
truth.
want to know, and I told him,
Oh,
I'm young, Dad, and he was like, "Have you lost your mind?" He was like, "You know what? This is a learning experience for you." That's what he would always say. What'd you do with your money? And
mm-mm.
and then he still wouldn't give it to you because it would be a learning
That
experience.
is so
So
funny.
so we just stopped asking him. We
That is
just,
so funny.
I learned,
He said he make
yeah,
you tell him what it's for and then say no anyway.
yes. So we just stopped.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask either. I would try to, hey, I don't know, try to raise the money, get a second job, pawn some shit, whatever it takes. Hell, I'm supposed to meet my son at the driver's license place tomorrow morning because he got a new car and he asked,
Ooh.
can he get help with plates? Cam.
Hmm.
So I told him
Oh,
if he come up with
Cam.
half. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I told him if he can come up with half, then I'll pay the other half. And I think the
Hmm.
total was like 1,700.
Oh
So it's
my
like eight
God.
fifty, 850 each.
Do you
So
guys do ad
For
valorem?
plates? For
yeah,
plates?
our license plates here are $100 on every 1,000.
Yeah, that's called ad
What
valorem. They
state do you
did
live
that
in?
and they did
Huh?
that in Atlanta.
What state do you live in?
Nebraska.
Oh
Yeah.
my word.
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
do it by the going in Atlanta, you did the same thing, but every year your car would decrease in value, and so
Right.
the amount you paid would decrease as
Right.
well.
Like if you pay 2,000 one
Right.
year here, the next year it might be around
Mm-hmm.
500. And then the next year it might be 4, 3,
Mm-hmm.
2, 1,
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
course of a year. But it sucks because there's a lot of places who play like a one flat rate no matter what kind of car they get. You
Right.
know, It's the
Right.
same amount across the board, but here, yeah, it's $100 on every 1,000. So a lot of people
He,
here don't buy brand new cars because of that alone. Not that you can't afford it, but some
Right.
people think that's pretty fucked up. But
Right.
we are like the highest as far as license plates and wheel tax. Yes, we are one of the highest.
Mm-hmm.
oh my word.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I be seeing new cars. I be like, damn, but the plates. You talk about people driving around for like years
Mm-hmm.
on in transits,
Mm-hmm.
not getting plates. Child, that happens here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That happens here a lot.
I be
So
driving
why
an antique car. Uh,
that
a
it
car from
depends?
the 90. I got a 95. I would
Oh,
stick with it.
You
yeah.
know what? My car ain't new. The car I got is an OG. I call her an OG, just like me. And she ain't new. She ain't near new, but she runs every morning. I just watched that bitch the other day. I just got an oil change on her, and you know, she still, you know, getting me to point A, B, C. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't bought a new truck in a long time, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I could buy a new truck, but I'm like, I'm one of those people who if it's not broke, you know what I mean? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one of those people who go out, oh, it's a new iPhone, oh, it's a new this, oh, it's a new this. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not that type of person. I will keep some shit forever,
Mm-hmm.
you know, before I upgrade. I'm like, it's still working.
I was never a car person. I just have
Hmm.
always, always kept a Honda. I've always driven a Honda,
Hmm.
and they last forever.
Yep.
And I'm just not a. I have a friend that she has a BMW 2-seater, and
Hmm.
then she just got a big promotion, and she bought that BMW truck. I forget what
Oh
number or
wow.
whatever it is, and it's like she's into that, and it's like
I'm not
you
into
pay.
the payments, like
Yeah,
please
like
girl said.
yeah, you paying $70,000 for a BMW, girl, please. And she's
And your
got,
car payment's probably about 6, 7 or
oh,
more.
thank you. And you have
Mhm.
a, it's like you have a home. It's like I'm glad. I love that she got the promotion. She deserved it. But how you gonna get a promotion and suck it all up in a car payment? I mean, not all of it, but
Mm-mm.
you know what I mean. I mean, I spent my money on trips and stuff and material. I mean, it was materialistic stuff, but it was not a car.
I would
I
probably spend mine on my home.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you have a beautiful home. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm getting work done right now. I just paid like $700 to get some trees down the other
You
day.
cut trees down?
Well, not all of them, just the ones that were hanging over my neighbor's yard. And then, you know, over the storms from the winter,
Yeah,
there was some limbs that had broke down and they were hanging still on the tree, but they were hanging over my neighbor's yard.
gotcha. Is that the
So it was about 4 different trees where they had to cut all the branches down and cut
Mhm.
them down, like cut them to like maybe 6 feet, 7
Oh,
feet.
okay.
So the branches be gone, but I got like a privacy fence I got to get put up, and what do you call that, retaining wall? I got to redo a
Yeah.
retaining wall. So I mean, I understand some people they spend their money how they spend their money. Like I used to get a lot of backlash from friends and family. Oh, why you pay somebody to do your lawn? Why you pay somebody to do this and do that? You got boys. Why do you pay somebody $150 every week to get some nails? Why do you buy $300 worth of weed every paycheck? Why do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People
Right.
always too damn concerned with how
Right.
other people spend their money.
Right.
I don't tell you how to not to stop buying them $2,000 purses, but I can't have my own yard service
Right.
because
Right.
I got boys.
Are they
Child,
homeowners? Are they homeowners?
no.
Okay.
But this was even
I,
before I've been having the same lawn service. It's a individual man, him and his son. And I've been
Hmm.
having the same for like 20 years.
I mean, do
And that
they
was when I was renting.
The reason
So yeah.
I ask is because if you're a homeowner, you know how hard it is to mow a lawn. That I mean, in the heat and
Yeah, but
it,
even when I was renting, I've always rented houses after
mm,
I got to a certain age. I used to stay in like apartments and duplexes in my younger years.
mhm,
But in my
Mhm.
older years, I always stayed in a rental property. And so
Mhm.
I would still have the same lawn service. I
Mhm.
just love it being professionally done. They bag everything, they weed and seed.
Mhm.
If there's a ball spot, if there's what do they
Mhm.
call those one weeds? They what do they call them? Patch weeds or
Girl,
I
I
forgot
don't.
what they call, but no,
I don't do
regardless.
lawn work. Mhm.
Yeah, they do it all. And it's like I don't have to call them. They come every 10 days for the
Mhm.
last 20 years, every 10 days unless it's raining. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I don't even have to call them. They cut the lawn, they send me a text, we're done, and I send them a cash app.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm So matter of fact, I just got a text the other day. We gonna start next month. All right. So
Right.
yeah. But as far as this lady though, I cannot believe that she told them get it in blood.
Okay,
This bitch
man. We know.
serious. This
It's like,
her.
oh God. Well, we see she didn't buy any hair, so that's a,
See?
I mean, she didn't buy a wig or
Woo!
get a bust down. So isn't that what
Can't
they
tell
call
nobody how to spend their money,
right?
child.
Called a bust down or something? Isn't it called?
Oh, this is her right here. This is who got arrested. And
Girl.
hey, how you doing, Renee? Renee says some of us have pensions and get dividend checks and pay cash for everything. And my truck 90K paid cash 2 years later, got it back via my dividend checks. And that too bought home in 99, paid for no mortgage and set pension and dividends. I'm blessed and work hard. You are absolutely
You
blessed. You are
are
absolutely blessed.
absolutely blessed, girl.
Yeah,
That's wonderful, Renita. That
that
is
is wonderful.
wonderful.
That
That
is wonderful. Me personally, no matter how much money I got, I still probably wouldn't buy a 90,000 vehicle. That's just me. That's
I
just
like
me.
to travel too much.
That's these
Yeah,
new trucks now. They got these newer trucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's about what they go for these days.
I
90K.
know. I know. I would
Uh,
probably spend my money elsewhere. But to each their own, child, to each their, like I said, I won't pay 10,000 for a purse, but some people will. You know
I
what I'm saying?
I get a
I
brand new Honda Civic and go to Panama.
child. But to each their own. To each
Yeah,
their own.
Renita, that's wonderful. But at least if I had grifted, if I, took $20,000, I think the bare minimum that she could have did, she could do is look decent for her picture. You
Girl,
know,
she probably
people,
didn't know that she was gonna be arrested. She probably
girl,
thought, you know what she probably thought? That they would do some shit like take her to court, and then if the court couldn't get her money back, they would send it to collections, and then they would do like a draft out of her. That's what she probably thought what would happen. And not just
okay,
being arrested and taken to
repeat,
jail.
repeat all that. You think she thought what now?
Okay, so you know how like sometimes if people get too much money from the bank, they might not realize it because I at times have gotten more money from a bank and then realizing I'm just paying bills and writing checks and you know what I'm saying? And then the bank they like give you like an option, you can pay the money back, we could do it in installments. She thought it was probably gonna be something like that, but they
Uh,
probably was just like, we want all our motherfucking money back right now. And
and
she was
see, that
like,
goes to
take it
what
in blood.
they said. You said get it in blood. You know what I'm saying? That's like, okay, really? It's like Eddie said, just shut up. Going there crying. See, but it'd be different if it was $1,900 they overpaid her. It's really hard with 20 grand. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the sympathy kind of goes down the drain. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
she
Then
should
the
have called.
business didn't they discover it right away. It took them some time to figure it out. And she, of course, she knew when she got that motherfucking check, but she didn't report it either. And so then, according to the probable cause affidavit filed in Craighead County Sheriff Office, of course, I'm reading the news report, they said the employer's CEO notified Coleman of the error after it was discovered, and the CEO provided supporting financial documents. So they showed proof and emails demonstrating the correct ways which she should have got, which I'm sure she already knew. And so she was asked to return the money, but then she refused to pay the money. And
You
she
mean
said, you get it back in blood.
she told the CEO to
The
get it back?
CEO.
You know what? She needed to call Renita. See what I'm saying? You got to have friends like Renita down in the
Oh,
chat. And see, Renita probably be like, girl, go ahead. Here
I
you
know,
go.
here, girl, here, take this $20,000, girl. This ain't nothing. But no, they said they basically told her they're not going to ask for they didn't want to ramify it with wage garnishments or repayment plan. The CEO, see, that's what I was talking about. She probably thought they was gonna do a wage garnishment or a repayment plan. Instead, the CEO filed a theft report.
It was theft.
It was
Now,
theft.
do you and Eddie really think in the chat? Do you guys really think that if she said, "Can I get a payment plan, sir? I'm so sorry." Is
Mm.
there any way we can work it out? Do you
Yep.
think that he would have mercy on her?
I think if she would have been really sincere about it, I know this was a mistake. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. I did spend some of the money, but if you could please, forgive me. I will every paycheck till it's paid off. I'll work overtime. I'll do whatever, to pay it off. Um, I think, but the way that it looked like she handled it was like, fuck y'all.
What do you think, Eddie? You think they would have worked with her?
If she would have tried to give back majority of the money that she had kept,
See, I don't think they would. I think they wanted that money.
They wanted the money
They
back.
made 1,600.
no. What I'm saying is if like say hypothetically they gave her $16,000, right? Okay, and she would have went back to him with 10,000 and said, "I did spend some of the money to catch up on my bills. Here's 10K. You know, can I work off the rest of it or make payments somehow for the rest of it?" I'm pretty sure they would have done it. Okay,
Yep.
but she didn't make no effort. She said, "Come and get it back from me in blood."
I
All
don't
right,
think they
we're gonna take blood from you.
I think that was too much money. And first, here's the thing. She had to have that money. She couldn't have went to the bank and withdrew and did a withdrawal, because that would have anything over 9,000 flags, right? Unless she went back, what, 3 times, 4 times? No, actually two and a half times to withdraw 9,000 at a time. So I think I think she was paying bills and doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if the CEO is looking at her, statements, and he sees that she bought a new, used car, and she went to Vegas, and he sees the Bellagio on there, and stuff like the Nike store and jewelry at Jared's. I think that makes
He went to Jared's.
yeah, that makes you feel some type of way. And then you're gonna say, get it back in blood? I don't know. I think they wanted their money.
That's pretty fucked up. I'm with well, the thing is, I think if she would have went back with the money, because what they probably tried to do once they realized that, they probably did tell her, "We know you paid this. We know you took this money. It was an accident. Give us the money back." And the reason why they probably wanted the money back right away and considered it theft was because she didn't like get the money and then pay or spend it all away at the same time. It was months before they even realized.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And he's sitting in his office looking at that statement of all the BS and fun she had. He was probably like, I'm the CEO of this bank, and she was doing more than me in the last
Mm-hmm.
4 months.
Yep.
Hey
And hey,
Molly.
Sassy Francis and Molly. How y'all doing?
Hey Molly,
What's up? Hey, Cosmic Girl.
Molly. What did Molly say? Maybe if she was honest.
Yeah.
For $20,000, I don't care how honest you are with me. If you came in my condo right now and you stole $20,000 out of my drawer, say you went in my
Yep.
drawer and you stole 20 grand of mine, and I call you and go, look, heifer, and I wouldn't say heifer, but I'm nice. I know you took my money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bring it back right now, right within 24 hours, because I know you're broke but doesn't have a car, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
on my way over there to come get my money. And if you don't open that door, or if you don't bring it over here immediately, not even 24 hours, immediately, I'm calling the police and I'm pressing charges. I mean, why would you wait? Times are hard.
Very hard. And they said that, when we was talking about the type of felonies, they said because the overpayment exceeded 5,000 but was less than 25,000, the charge is a Class C felony. A Class C felony in Arkansas carries potential prison time and substantial fines far beyond the original overpayment amount. And guess what, y'all? Catch this. She had an outstanding warrant because the warrant was issued in August, right? Last year, because the money was issued, she received a paycheck in May. They didn't realize it till later on. So in August, they issued a warrant of last year. She was not taken into custody immediately. She was arrested this year, like a week ago, 5 days ago on the 4th, on an outstanding warrant with jail records indicating she was processed out of state, suggesting she had left Arkansas. She ran. Mm-hmm. She ran. She left the state. After taking that money, she bounced and said, "Get it in blood, bitches."
Deuces. I'm out.
Oh
Well,
my God.
would you have run, Eddie? Would you have?
Bob,
Hell no. I don't want that pressure. I don't want that pressure. Shit, I don't care how broke I would have been. I would have cried giving that money back.
I
Like,
would.
me
here you
too.
go.
Same here. I would have cried, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to prison for it.
Mm-mm.
No. Now, if you guys are watching TV, or Eddie, you come over here and the Hood Table makes a big announcement, well, chat, Beef Sector, I just want you to know that Corio has went to prison because they put $10 million in her checking account, and she left and went to New Zealand. No, some country without an extradition.
Expedition. Mhm.
And so she said, she'll get in contact later after she gets settled. Now that you can believe, honestly, you can believe that. But 20 grand?
Girl, take me with you. We
Okay.
talking millions,
Yeah,
and
you
there's
could
no
come.
extradition.
You one of the people that could come.
All my family coming.
I'll be a
I'm taking my
personal bodyguard.
grandbaby. I'm taking Ace. Everybody, we out of here.
Yeah,
We out this bitch. We can start a whole new life with all our millions.
and you never have
Yeah.
to come back. And the
The Hood
USA,
Table be like, man, I'll be a personal cake decorator.
I'll be over there. I'll be over there slinging cakes. Like, I'm gonna open me a whole cake chain
girl.
factory. Child, shoot.
Yes, now that is worth to me. If you, I mean, you got to go quick. See, I already have my passport.
They had like 6 months. They didn't find out till August. That was May, June, July, August, September. Oh well, like 4 months.
They might come a little faster for 10 million. Though,
Oh yeah.
So I just go.
They might be there in 5 minutes after that check hit.
I pack up the dog, pack up one bag, some toiletries, a few little things, my laptop, and just go straight. Do you hear me?
Yep.
And gone.
I get my laptop. I leave everything in this bitch. Everything in this house.
Yes.
all my equipment, all the equipment in my office for my t-shirt pressing, my cake decorating. I leave all that shit in here, and I'll be out. I'll be out.
Yes.
So good. Mm-hmm.
You know, I call my brother, give, all my purses and jewelry to, split it up among my nieces, split my purses up. Whoever wants what, the rest of it you could throw away. You could sit out, you know what I'm saying? Have a yard sale.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you want to do. You coming
Whatever.
back? I'll send for you guys to visit.
Whatever you want to do, child. Take all that shit. Matter of fact, just grab it on the way. You know what? I'm out. Just take out the couches, the beds. Shit, you got a son, you can take Ace's whole bedroom set, all the decoration on the walls. Take it all, honey.
Right.
Take
Eddie,
it
what
all.
would you
Take
do?
the truck in the garage. Take it all.
Everything. Eddie, what would you do? Would you keep 10 million and try to get away with it?
And what's up, Riggs? How you doing, hon?
Hey, Riggs. Is Eddie still there? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What would you keep the 10 million and try to get away, or would you turn that in?
If there was a state with no extradition, hell yeah.
No, I mean you'd have to leave the country now, and you couldn't come
I'm
back.
leaving the country.
You would or wouldn't?
Oh hell yeah, I'll be leaving the country.
Yeah.
I'll start a whole new life. I'll start a whole new life.
I might even leave my dog. No, I wouldn't leave the dog.
Ooh.
I wouldn't leave Sophie, but
you can always get another Sophie.
Yeah. Oh.
Sophie 2.0.
Sophie 2.0.
Shoot, yeah. It's
another table.
Drop off at the Humane Society. Animal Patrol. Put a little sign on them. We'll work for food.
Girl, I'll be calling my brother. You need to get there quick because Sophie's in there with no food.
Yeah, that might slow me down. She might slow me down. Shoot.
That's true because certain countries you have to put them in quarantine. They would probably confiscate her and keep her anyway.
Yep, it's kind of like sneaking a baby or sneaking a child into somewhere and they making noises and barking or crying.
Yes, she's a barker anyway. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sophie. This is where the road ends.
Yeah, because they could probably confiscate her anyway if she had to be in quarantine. You want this dog? Come get her. No.
Yeah.
It was a good run, Sophie.
Oh, child, you know what? And then there was some comments in some of the chats I saw. Somebody said, "Nah, this dumb motherfucking HR should be punished." Then another person wrote, "If a company underpays you, it's an error. If they overpays you, it's a felony."
That's true. That's true.
And somebody else said, "But she didn't actually steal it. They actually paid her."
It was theft once she spent it. And she knew it wasn't hers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even feel bad
if you
for
get
her.
If you get a job and the employer says, "I'm paying you $16.50 an hour," right?
Yeah.
And the whoever is the accountant, say for example, or the finance manager puts in $1,650 an hour, that's a clerical error, right?
Right.
So you can't leave that on the. Well, you can. You just fire that person too who made the clerical error, because I would. But say for example, they got a hold of her in May or June and said, "Hey, I know we overpaid you this much money, blah blah blah. It was an accident. Is there any way you can return majority of it?" Right? I'm pretty sure they came to her and said, "Can you return at least half of it? Or something, You
think so?
But she said, "No, I'm going to take it out of blood." All right.
Child. Well, they saying when they talking about her arraignment date is May 18th. Her bond was $15,000. They said she did bond out. They did say, other legal counsel said that she does have potential defenses. Like she could argue that she didn't know the money was an error. until notified, but the employer's documentation contradicts that. She could claim that the funds were spent before notification, but that does not negate the obligation to repay. And they said most likely the resolution would be a plea deal requiring her to pay the $19,388 in exchange for reduced charges or probation.
Let me tell you something. What is your defense? Well, it's a clerical error. What was some of the other things they said?
They said,
I don't give a damn. Even if I had some great bonuses.
She said she could say that the funds were spent before notified.
Yeah, I've had some great bonuses. And I worked hard, okay? I never got a bonus that was $20,000. Now, the attorneys that were making $450 an hour for their services, that's the kind of bonuses at the end of the year they would get, if not way, way more. You see what I'm saying? At least the associates might get 10. The partners, 20 and up. Easy. New partners might get 20, 25,000. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, the most I ever got in a bonus was like around 5. Yeah. And that was the most.
Yeah.
But it averaged between like 3 and 5.
Right. I think the biggest bonus I ever received was about almost $6,000. And that was, well, I ain't going to that's telling too much, but it was about
$6,000. Yeah, don't tell too much.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So there's no way you didn't know that money.
I worked at Sears, right? This is off topic, but I worked at Sears in the shipping and receiving department. And I was on my lunch break, and nobody was in the sales department at the time. And there was a couple there that were looking for a brand new fridge because their fridge quit working. I ended up selling them a brand new fridge, a washer and dryer, and a brand new stove.
Oh, wow.
Right? With no sales experience, not being on the sales floor. I was like, so if you could buy a new fridge, wouldn't you like to have matching appliances? Like, forgot the dishwasher too. Keep it color coordinated. You know what I'm saying? Because when you walk into your house, you got a silver fridge, a silver stove, a silver washer and dryer, silver dishwasher, and they were like, yes, right? And I ended up getting fired because I wasn't a sales associate.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Oh.
See, that's the kind of stuff that.
Is that because of the bonus that you would have got or the commission?
Yep. Because that commission check was going to be huge.
I bet you someone got it, or a few people split it.
They bought it. They still bought it.
Exactly. But
I was like, they put me on the sales floor. I'll sell everything.
See, that's the kind of stuff companies do that, they wonder why their employees aren't happy. What I mean? They do stuff like that, but
because they sure could have gave you the, hey, we see how well you do. Oh my God, you need to be on the floor selling shit tomorrow. Like, yeah, that could have been a promotion and them making more money too from you.
Or even say, we're not going to give you the full, say, $1,000 bonus, but we're going to give you $400. But from now on, keep your butt off the sales floor. You know what I mean? Thank you, but no more.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, well,
because originally that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do sales.
Yeah.
But they weren't hiring for sales. Well, it sure looked like that to me when I went on the floor and I tried to find somebody and nobody was available.
You can never find nobody unless they think you're stealing. Well, at least that's how it is for us.
When I worked at Walmart, right? They hired those QC guys, quality control guys, for the electronics department, right? And I didn't know that they were hired. I had an idea because they made it look so played out obvious. I walked up to the dude. I said, "You must be the new QC guy for Walmart." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, because you're making it look obvious." You know,
If you
and
stand around, you could tell who's security. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So did you get fired for that, Eddie?
no, I didn't get fired for that. I got fired for something else.
Oh,
Oh,
you what?
we don't need you to stop getting fired.
Immediately.
I love getting fired. I loved it.
Oh,
I
Lord.
loved it. I get workman's comp if I get fired.
Workman's comp or
You mean unemployment?
unemployment?
Unemployment. If you
Yeah.
if you quit, you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
You know, Walmart is not a family-oriented store. I will tell you that now.
Yeah, both my sons used to work there too in high school. Mm-hmm.
They're not family-oriented.
Nope.
They used to be back in the day when Sam Walton was alive. But when he passed away, the children took over and turned it into a billion-dollar organization. It came more of like, you know, gimme, 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 instead of, oh, let's keep it the way father wanted it. Family-oriented.
Yeah. What is the chat saying about it? Hood table?
Yeah.
Some of them.
I can't see
Let's
it.
see. Oh, Sassy Francis said I wouldn't have given them nothing back. That's their mistake.
Sassy,
And,
Sassy Francis. So you would have did like her and told him to get it in blood and took off across the country? Nah.
And
ahead,
Cosmic Girl
Hood.
said I bet they would have accepted installments.
Yeah.
And they said Cosmic Girl said she must have had a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Laura said she got her worth.
Hmm?
And Kimberly said, no, I may rethink it if it's the casino. Someone machine next to me hit right after they you're keeping the money. If somebody, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if if they walked away, what are you gonna do? Run and go find them? I mean, what can you do?
I wouldn't run and find shit. It ain't like somebody you at a grocery store and you come behind them and they groceries right there and you know I'll run and flash them. Hey, you forgot your groceries, but shit, let it be $1,000. I'll be looking around.
Look, my right knee, I have no cartilage. I can't run. So
if you find money laying on the ground somewhere, if it's not in a bank envelope or a bank bag, it's lost and found.
That's true.
Because if you find money it's in a bank bag and it has a bank number and all that, that's theft. That's absolutely theft.
You want to hear? You remember back in the day when you wanted to do a night deposit? They might still be that way. I don't know. You would go to the side, and there was a drawer you would pull out, and you. Okay, so I had a friend that worked. She was a bartender, but her and the owner were, dating. So anyway, she would do the books at night, and then sometimes she would do the books. And that night, I think since I was with her, it was a group of us. Excuse me. She was like, "Well, go with me to drop this off, then we can go out." So we walked up to the bank with her because, people, people are crazy. And when you're young, you're dumb. Like we were going to fight off somebody with a gun if they wanted to rob her. But anyway, when she pulled the drawer out, why was there a bag from a business in there? When they closed it, the bag didn't drop down in. And when she opened it up and we saw that, why did we all automatically look at each other?
Ooh.
And she was like, "Girl, there's a camera."
See, let me not be in those situations.
Yeah, she was like, "Look up there, there's a camera." And we look, girl, we all looked at each other at the same time. And when she said that, we all looked up at the camera at the same time. And she just put it in there and shut it.
I would have just shoved it on down in there. And Sislo, hey Sislo, she said, "Why nobody ever make mistakes like that with my account?" She said she just want to see what she would do.
Hey, sis, no, I know that's right. You want the option. I get it. I love options.
Can I be honest? Can I not be honest? Do I want karma? Do I not want karma?
Right.
Do I want jail? Do I not want jail?
I don't
Child.
want jail. I don't want jail. And for let's be honest, for 20 grand, what you just read off that she might have to face, that's not too bad.
I mean, the thing about it is, for 20 grand, that's how much you stole. But the
Right.
fines is going to well exceed that.
Oh
And
my
you might
goodness.
have jail time and probation or
Yeah.
house arrest or whatever. But it's like, that's why
Yeah.
I said no matter how much it was, because let's say it was very bad. You about to get evicted.
hmm
You're going to have a place to stay for free for a minute, right?
Yep.
But,
Yep.
but do you want to stay there?
And then, well,
Just
yeah.
go to a homie's house, go to a family house. Go. I mean, I know it's hard. I done been there. I done been homeless sometime in my lifetime. It was in my younger days. I know what it's like, but I'd rather struggle to find a pillow to post before I struggle with somebody in a jail or prison or something like that. I mean, you got to try to, if the first option ain't there, try a second, third, fourth, fifth option to try to
Yeah.
get what you need. And it, hopefully it all works out in the end. But this right here, she should have known jail was going to happen, especially after you said take it in blood or get it in blood.
Well, and now she's gonna have a felony on her.
Yep.
Her record if she didn't already have one.
So
'Cause
harder to get a place in another job and harder to get housing.
exactly. Plus, you're gonna have this hanging over your head. So now you guys tell me if I'm wrong. If you don't make your installments, they could put another bench warrant on you,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
this might be a lingering problem for years to come. Because if the
Wasn't
court
worth it.
a certain amount, you have to meet that certain amount. If they tell you have to pay $400 a month to pay that money back, you can't come to them and go, here's $250. I'm a little short.
Right.
So you can still get a warrant. It just I don't know. I
Yeah,
might
they ain't like
tell
the bill collectors. Can I pay you this on next payday? Can I? Yeah, you gotta abide by those rules. Now, it might be certain situations where they might work out something with you where you gotta pay it before this date, or something like that. But I don't know. I don't want to take no chances.
you got a
Shit.
felony now.
Like when it comes to when it comes to your bills, right? One thing I've learned, because I own my property where I live. If you get a hold of it before it's due, before the due date, not on the due date, like a week or two before the due date, you say, "Hey, here's the situation I'm going through." They'll understand. A lot of these companies are understanding.
We're talking
You know,
about court, though.
courts are understanding too. The courts are understanding too, because the thing is if you're sitting in a jail cell, the courts are not making money. The jail is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're out on the streets, the courts will make more money you being out than you being in.
Yeah, but with a
It's like with child support, right? If you go to
felony,
jail, do you think the jail is paying your child support? No, you're still racking up money.
right?
But if you're on the streets working and paying your child support, they're getting that money. The
I'm
whole
just
child support system is
potential.
corrupt anyway. But I'm just saying for examples. You're smarter being out because they're going to get their money than it is you being sitting in jail.
I just think that your earning potential has probably gone down by half. By
Yeah.
half felony. So
Yeah, she was making $1,650, which is not a whole lot, but it's going to be pretty hard trying to even make that amount in the future.
Exactly. So I'm wondering if I would have told my attorney, look, let me go ahead. How much time are they willing to give me? Are they going to give me? And if I do the time, can I not owe the money, or can we cut it in half? You see what I'm
like
saying?
can you sit it out, because sitting it out, is it still around the same amount, like $60 a day?
or even if I do the time, can they cut the 19,000 in half? So when I get out, I only have half. I try to work something out. I just, she's probably got the potential to make $10 an hour now, maybe. And
Mm,
the average rent is for a one bedroom is what, $1,200, $1,300 now?
shit, she might as well start her own business.
Right. Where you gonna live?
Mm, I don't know. She
You
might.
know.
But that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people, when they have a felony on their record, they
Hmm.
start their own business, like these body shops, these detail shops, these a lot of the laundromats, a lot of the things like that. A lot of times, people will start their own business because not a lot of people want to hire them. Chefs, I know a few felons who were awesome hooks, and they started their own business. They bought food trucks, do catering, things like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's just something to think about. But there's every like year or so, people in our community, they'll like post like all the jobs that's hiring for felons, from ex felons or felons, and it'd be like it'd be a lot of jobs on there. So a lot of
You could
times
be
I
a
would say,
yeah. Believe it or not, you could be a convicted felon and get a job working for
yeah.
FedEx.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of, and I'd be like, "Ooh, they hire expert. Ooh, really? Them
But
jobs be some good jobs." And
Yep.
also, when people say I can't find a job, I always look at people sideways. Like, it's not that hard to find a job. You might not find the job that you want at that time, but
right.
it's not hard to find a job.
True. True.
But some
Now
people are just really picky.
I'm wondering if you've stolen money. Okay. Now this is gonna sound crazy, but if say I'm a shoplifter, or say I, whatever. Okay, the bank is going to loan me some money to start my food truck business. But if you're a known thief and you stole $19,000, is the bank really willing to give you a loan to start your own restaurant or your own
Oh, you
business?
definitely not gonna get it through a bank. That would be
Who
some. That be you gotta hustle.
to get? Yeah,
You
well,
gonna have to hustle.
yeah.
You might
But
have to work a
Believe,
where
job
you
that you
gonna get
don't
the
want to
money?
work to make up the money. You might have to get a job that you don't want to work and save up the
It's
money till you can get what you're trying to get.
right,
or
But
but
or
yeah,
or get yourself join a country club, and find some investors.
you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Who's gonna be able to afford a country?
well, I do know a guy who was trying to invest into me a brick and mortar, but I was like, I don't want to do that.
Well,
I'm comfortable with where I am. I'm a cottage baker. I'm comfortable where I am. I don't want those responsibilities. I don't want to deal with
yeah,
employees and insurance, and I
yeah.
don't want to deal with all that. Thank you, but no thank you.
Well, Eddie, what you were saying, I guess I know a girl that was a caddy at a country club, and she met the attorney who hired her at the law firm, and she had zero experience, and we hated her. But you're right, you can make some good deals working at a country club. You're absolutely right, Eddie.
Yeah, you can meet some people.
Yeah,
If you have the personality,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. If you have an outgoing personality and you're a talkative person and you're not insecure about yourself,
Hmm.
this is my thing. I I promote self worth. Me and
Hmm.
Charlie have been talking about it, self esteem, self
Hmm.
worth,
Hmm.
and it's very important. And if you have confidence in yourself, you're more than likely going to connect with the people you need to connect with.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like if the table, if she wanted that pressure, she would have
Hmm.
done a brick and mortar.
Yeah, that's true. True.
But she's smart. She's got no overhead except the overhead she puts on her plate.
Yeah, I
You know
still
what I'm
got
saying?
overhead, but not that type of overhead. Because that dude,
Correct.
that's included in the cost of your desserts. Yes, my lights, my glass, my mortgage, my all that kind of, yeah. I got overhead, but not like that.
Yeah, correct. You know, being a baker or even when you have the food trucks, you're gonna have overhead, but not like a brick and mortar. A brick
Right.
and mortar, you got the property tax, you got lease if you don't own the building. If you own the building, you got maintenance, you got electric bill, you got employees. You know, you got to keep order ahead. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You can't just go to the grocery store and buy them supplies. You know,
Mhm.
it's. I went to school for a business degree. I wanted to be a financial manager. I wanted to, work with people in their finances. You know, that's the reason I was saying, mistakes happen, but you know, I would have, I would have written it off. I would have wrote it off as a loss
Mhm.
if I was the company that overpaid somebody, because it's not her fault; it's his fault. It's
You
his
know they
company's fault.
did, and that's the killer part. You know they wrote that off and got that money back, but you stole. You stole the.
Where,
Hello, Eddie, are you
where'd
there?
the hood table go? Oh
I
boy!
think she dropped out.
Oh
I
boy!
can't get out of here.
No, I'm not leaving her. I'm not
Hello,
leaving her. Can you hear me?
can the chat hear? Oh my god, I see my thing moving, my circle.
My bad. My
I
bad.
are you
But
there?
somebody on the blogs did say that.
Oh.
They were like, "Well, that's that person's fault. Why should they get in trouble? That's the company's fault. That's their mistake."
Can you hear me?
I don't think Choreo can hear because sometimes when you on the iPhones, if somebody drop down, then they can't hear. So I think Choreo might have to. I'm gonna kick her down. I'm
Can
gonna kick her down. But yeah, she should have just gave the money back. I would have
I
done it
agree.
immediately. I would have done it immediately, especially although my children are grown at this age in life, they don't live with me, but especially if I would have had small children, little children, I would have just gave the money back immediately. But even as an adult with grown children who I don't have to literally take care of every day, I wouldn't risk that. I wouldn't.
I
So
agree.
I really hope that they come to agreement and they give her some grace. Even though she said get it in blood, I really hope they give her some grace and that they allow her to work it off, make installments back instead of just sitting in jail. So I really hope that's the outcome of this thing. But this is a lesson learned because some people might feel the same way. That's y'all fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's y'all fuck up. But this is definitely a lesson learned for people who even if that may ever happen to you.
Yep.
You
Hey
knocked
boo.
me. Hey, you knocked me out. I guess it's this iPhone thing.
Yeah, you
But
couldn't hear us, so I said let her down and she'll come back.
yeah, can you hear
Yep.
the dog snoring?
No.
Okay,
Hey
good.
Sophie.
Okay. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, it's kind of. She getting older. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, I. Yeah. Are you going to do a follow up, even if
I
it's
will do
during?
a follow up because she does get arraigned in May.
Yeah.
But besides the I was gonna ask you besides the that trending news right now, have you seen anything interesting in the beef sector?
Oh my God.
Like anything? Because I only been watching a few people, when I get a chance.
Mhm.
But I haven't watched anybody today yet. And the last person I watched was Riggs last night, and Riggs was talking about trending news and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I haven't really watched a whole lot. And let me read this comment real quick. And how you doing? You said I've been on my job 11 years. If they make a mistake like that, I give it back and continue my unemployment. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would definitely continue my employment.
Yeah.
And that's right.
Yeah.
Is
Thank
that
you for
Mo
having
Reese?
me
Is
up.
that Mo Reese? Is that Mo?
Yes, it is.
Is that Mo?
That is. Oh my God.
Oh, that's our Mo.
That is.
Hey, handsome, how you doing?
It's
It's
like,
always so good to see you. Long time no see. Long time no see. All right,
I'm gonna
hold up.
drop down now. Thank you for having me up.
All
oh,
right, thank you so much for joining us.
Eddie, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Come
Only
back.
the reason why I know this channel is Charlie sending love.
Yes, yes.
Charlie.
Charlie is one of his moderators.
Oh, I
I mean,
see.
not
And
moderator, but co-host. Co-host.
Oh,
yes,
what sector are you in, Eddie?
I'm in the mental health sector.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an
Um,
advocate for mental health. I'm a huge advocate for mental health.
can you write your when you drop down, can you go into the chat and write your channel name so we can subscribe if we want to and the people in the
Well,
crowd, or you don't want to be
I
bothered?
can
it's
go ahead and
easy.
do it. I can go ahead and do it.
He might not want to do it.
Oh, because I'm already subscribed over there, so I can go ahead and
Oh,
drop it.
he might.
Yeah,
Okay.
No
and you know,
problem.
the hood table can tell you this because
Mhm.
she known Charlie longer than me.
Mhm.
She is a wonderful person. Charlie is.
Our Charlie, we love her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I met her on another panel, and I said I've been looking for a female co-host that's full of energy,
Mhm.
and Charlie is that person, full of energy, very smart, and
Yeah.
she'll jump off that porch for you in a heartbeat.
Yes, she
Oh,
will.
yes,
And you
she
don't want her
will.
coming at your throat. You don't want her coming at your throat.
She will jump off that porch if she has to. She definitely will. I'll be like, no, Charlie, it's okay. Calm down, boo. But sometimes it's like, hey, it is what it is. But
Mhm.
Charlie, that's our boo. We go way back. We love us some Charlie. A lot of people in this sector love and respect her. Absolutely.
Mhm.
She loves and respects her friends,
Yes,
Yes, she does.
absolutely.
and she'll
Mhm.
go to bat for her friends.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we're that sector and everybody crazy over here.
Oh, they try to say everybody needs to be in your sector. Everybody over here needs to be in your sector.
That's true.
That's what they said. Oh, that's too funny. Thank you so much. I did drop your link, and you know you always welcome over here, boo.
Yeah, that's why when I saw the heading, I'm like, man, this woman's got to be wild to keep all that money.
Almost 20K. Child. I wonder what she
Man,
did with it. I wish I could talk to her and ask her, what did you do with all the money?
It might come out when you do the.
I wonder if she smoked all that weed.
They might
If
tell it when you do the update. They might, once you
they
get the
just
rating,
might.
you know how you
I'm,
put
I'm
it.
waiting with a hairdo like that. You know, she's like, I don't care. Take a puff, pass.
I'm gonna do a little research. I'm gonna get on the Facebooky. I'm gonna get on the IG. I'm gonna start doing a little research because sometimes how it goes when people be involved with some shit, they might have friends or friends of friends making posts and shit about it. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna get the snooping around. That's what I'm about to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, you have a good day. I will
You
All
catch you
right, honey.
later.
You too. All right,
take
love.
care.
Thank you.
Um,
So what's up with in the B sector?
yeah, I
Anything
watched.
interesting?
I was in RNY's chat. And I watched like off and on in total maybe 10 minutes of Lemon, and then who else? And then I was at Riggs. But did I see it? Oh, and after RNY's live, I was watching Pizarro
I was gonna ask you, did you
because
see
it was
Pizza? What do
kind
you
of
think about
connected
that?
because Pizarro and RNY were supposed to have a meeting of the minds
Like
kind of
a round
live
table
where
talk. Mm-hmm.
they discussed an issue they had and were to try to work it out. And then Envy came what's his name? Envy came up and joined the panel, and it was the three of them, and I don't think it went for the three of them. I don't think it went like it was going like they wanted it to. And so I think, if I'm remembering correctly, because I was kind of sleepy, I think Pizarro, I think she kept getting thrown, like her computer or something. She kept getting thrown off the panel. And I think one time she did leave on her own because she got frustrated, understandably. Not with RNY, but with Envy. She got a little frustrated. But then I think she kept getting thrown off the panel. It was a computer issue. But anyway, one time when she got thrown off, or either she left, Jessica B went up on the panel, because I think is she RNY's? I think she's RNY's moderator. She might even be Envy's moderator too, but I know she's RNY's moderator, and they seem really close. I like Jessica B. I love some RNY. But anyway,
can you hear me?
Jessica was up there because Jessica was, I think she was probably watching both. Like, how a lot of people watch two channels at one time. And I guess Pizarro typed in, while she was up on the panel, she typed in Lemon's live chat something about what was going on the panel, right? While she was up on the panel at RNY. Are you following what I'm saying? Oh, shit.
Sorry, I had to drop her. She'll come back. But she couldn't hear me. So I was talking and she couldn't hear me. And that was probably because the thing is had dropped down. Eddie had dropped down, so that's probably why she couldn't hear me. Hey, big man, how you doing, love? What's up? Good morning. What's up? Good morning. Or good afternoon. I'm sorry, it's now afternoon. I apologize. Good afternoon. Hey, Corio, you couldn't hear me. Yeah, I think when you dropped down, I can hear you good now. Yeah.
Okay. Where'd I leave off? So
you left off with you said you think that Jessica is her moderator, but maybe not Envy's moderator.
Right. Right. So, but I think her and RNY are close.
Right.
And so she was Pizarro, because Lemon was live at the same time. And Pizarro typed, while she was up on the panel with RNY and Envy, she typed in Lemon. Pizarro is good. She watches a lot of different channels. So she typed in Lemon's chat, she typed something in Lemon's chat to the effect of, "It's not going well." That's not quote unquote what she said, but that's basically what it was saying. It's not going well over here, or whatever. So Jessica B must have been watching Lemon's chat too. And she came over in RNY's chat and typed, "What's," to the effect, not a quote unquote, "What's going on?" Because Pizarro just typed in Lemon's chat that it's not going well. Like I said, I'm paraphrasing. So by this time, Pizarro had dropped down. So Jessica B hit the RNY's panel, and she went up there and she was telling RNY, and Envy, I think Envy might have still been up there, but at least RNY, what Pizarro had typed in Lemon's chat. So by this time, Pizarro was like, hit the link, was like, "Are you telling on me?" And girl,
did she say, "Are you snitching or something?" I think I remember something like that.
Yes, girl, and it was off to the races.
I did see a little bit of that, but I also saw where did you? Okay, I gotta ask you some questions.
Okay,
I got two questions.
Okay,
first question: how do you feel about the RNY situation as far as her wanting to be back with that girl group after not really having anything to do with them when she was assisting Envy on his panel? And now that she got her own panel, now she wants to speak to them and reach out and have them on her show and all this kind of stuff. And then my second question is, how do you feel about, what Jessica said to RNY about her disrespecting Lolo? And she shouldn't have said that, and she owes her an apology, because it does seem like sometimes when R&Y get asked certain things, she brings up all these other people or storylines or situation and tries to reflect off of what's going on with her. You know what I mean? Like even when she brought up the Lolo situation. Well, when Lolo and her mother died, and what that got to do with this
See,
right here?
I don't I saw remnants of that going on and talked about, but I don't know how that started, and I don't know what was said, what she said about, I don't know. But I know that people were commenting on it, and it seemed like they weren't pleased with what had went down.
It was a
And
lot.
and Lolo is a mod in her chat, and Lolo did type, "What did it have to do with me?" And
Right.
I think RNY did apologize, and Lolo was like, "Okay, but I'm still hurt."
She did apologize, but then she said it again. She said, "Okay, I apologize, but I'm sorry, Lolo. I gotta say it. When your mother, I mean, she said it again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I want to just apologize. My bad. I apologize because it seems so simple, cut and dry to a lot of people that's looking on. Like
Well,
your man threatened Pizza. That was not trolling. I like
no,
Envy. I like RY, but that was not trolling. When you going
no.
on about it for days, talking about you're affecting my job, this could affect my income. This could affect my basically your livelihood. And making all these threats about, you could get her ISP and you could do this and do that. That's not trolling. You were making threats to do things to her, and RY was like, it's not a threat, it's not a threat, downplaying it. So it's like they don't care how Pizza feels, even though they aren't Envy apologized. But like Pizza said, Pizza, when she dropped down and had to come back up, she said it's like he don't want to hear what I'm saying. Like he's ignoring me,
But
or I'm wasting his time, or
isn't that envy? That's always envy. He's
well, yeah,
very narcissistic.
yeah.
He never wants to, uh he's always right, and then when you prove him wrong, he's a victim. And these are things I've said to Envy before, so it's not on this panel, and so it's not anything new. He may not remember, but these are things I said. And he just, he overtalks you. So while you're trying to talk, he's over talking you because he wants his point to be the only point, and he wants to be heard. And I noticed last night he would apologize. Well, it took him forever, but he said, "I do apologize." And Pizarro was like, "Well, thank you. I appreciate your apology." But then in the next breath, he said the same thing over again. So it was like he just completely erased the apology he just gave her, because he went right back to saying the same thing. But then he wanted to say, we're going in circles. Yeah, because what you're saying.
Because she wants him to understand. He's just
Right.
apologizing. Well, this is just my standpoint. He's apologizing just to be apologizing. I think that's how Pizza felt. You're just apologizing to get it done
Yeah.
and over with. To just
Yeah.
get it done and over with. But you're not listening to the reasons why I was so upset, why I really felt like it a threat, why it was a threat, why I'm upset because RY was agreeing with you. Like, I know RY, she says she has her own mind. I know Envy says she has her own mind, but it does appear as if everything he does or say, she agrees with. Now, behind the
Well,
scenes, she says she do be getting on him behind the scenes,
right.
or she might
Right.
say things behind the scene, but agreeing in front of everybody who heard the threats, saw the threats, and agreeing that it was not a threat. And then
But
for everybody to be like, when Lemon did this to you, it was a threat. You wanted everybody to take it as a threat, even though everybody else is like, ha, key, that nigga ain't gonna do shit. He just fucking with you. But your man really made threats, but now he wants to make it seem like he was trolling because of the fact that everybody's coming at them over them saying Lemon threatened them. And y'all want us to take this seriously.
yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of see where RNY was, because when you're married or you are in a relationship, because they're in a relationship, correct?
Yeah,
Because okay, so when
they're
you're in a
locked in. That's what they
relationship,
call it. They're locked in.
yeah, oh, okay, they're locked in,
They don't put no
and
title on
they
it. They're
have
just locked in.
girl,
Hmm.
and or you're married, you're not going to correct or tell your partner that they're wrong and go into it in front of people. You're going to wait till you get home and address it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where RNY said she was coming from. So I kind of got that, especially I kind of got that, but
I get it too, but it still was a threat.
yeah, oh,
So
I
you're
believe
sitting
it
here
was a
you're
threat.
sitting here telling this lady who you
Uh,
want to be friends with again, who you want to accept the fact that you really felt threatened by a lemon who people think ain't gonna do shit, and he was just blowing hot air, just really trolling. You want to become friends with this person again, but you're still saying what your man did was not a threat.
mhm.
It's not gonna
and
work.
and I do believe Envy was upset. I do believe that's why he was saying what he was saying to
He was, yeah.
Bizarro. I
Hmm.
think that, now, I think that because RNY did talk to him behind the scenes, he's coming out now and saying, he was trolling, because I do think
But that's
RNY
the
talked
thing.
to
He's
him.
still not being honest.
No, he's not
That's the
being
thing.
honest. He
And
was
Peace is
not
not
being
going to
honest.
accept that. Yeah.
Yeah, he I don't know. Well, I think the only reason why he even attempted to come out here and say he was trolling is because RNY did talk to him behind the scenes. I'm gonna give her that, because I don't know if he would have came out and said anything or even came on that panel if RNY hadn't said anything to him behind the scenes. But I
And for
don't
the
think.
sake of the relationships that she want back with the ladies. I think that's why he's doing it too,
Now,
because she really wants to get back. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
why do you okay, see, I've been gone. So when did her and Envy start this up? And when did she stop hanging out with the girls? I don't even know. Obviously it's pizza, but I don't know who else it entails. But
This I don't know what all panels she used to go to, but I know one was TMO, one was Pieces, I think
okay,
Breeze, Lady
okay.
Nisha, I believe. I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure, but
yeah.
I know for sure Pieces and TMO. But see, the thing is, when they started dating, nobody really knew they were dating. Last year, maybe about 5-6 months ago, if not longer. He
Okay.
said that him and his supporters was going to have a meet and greet in the A, where he from, and come to find out, it was only RNY who went. And when they went live from where they were at a club or whatever, they was like, "Oh, you at your meet and greet going live?" Everybody's looking for other supporters and or CCs or subscribers, but it was only them too. And people was like, "Well, why you lie and say you having a meet and greet with your supporters?" He said, "I didn't lie. We are meeting and greeting, and she is my supporter." He made it seem like but in actuality, he was only plan was to meet up with RNY, to I guess
Mm-hmm.
solidify their relationship or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, after that, it was a lot of speculation, a lot of negative comments, a lot of, towards her wanting to be with him, especially when a lot of people I feel like had her up on this, I don't want to say pedestal, but these standards because she's supposed to be like a really religious, churchy woman and all that kind of stuff. And then, what she claims is basically the reason why she stopped fucking with them was because she said her relationship wasn't accepted. And I guess I can understand too if your relationship isn't accepted by your homegirls and they talking shit about your man all the time. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do? So she was over there with him every night on his panel, with him, and no longer over there in their chats or nothing with them. And then all of a sudden now she has her own channel that she's trying to grow. And this is why Jay Dunn said it seems like an opportunist move because all Envy keeps saying, what Envy keeps saying, I'll leave once she hit 1K. I'll be gone when she do this. I'll be gone after, it's like, it might seem like an opportunist move for her to get back with these ladies because the level that they're on in YouTube, they're like the heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when it comes to
Pizarro and
numbers and
Lady
support.
Mika. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Right. So that's why some people think that this is a play on pieces in them sensitivity or emotions or friendship, to get
I've
back in
heard
the
that.
circle.
I've heard that, but
I'm just saying,
uh,
we discuss what we see in here, and sometimes
yeah,
I get my own opinion, but that's what people are
yeah,
saying.
yeah, and I kept hearing that over and over last night while I was, channel hopping and listening to particular, lives after RNYs. Um, they also believe that this is what they said. I don't know. I ain't been here. They said that they believe from past experience with those two on his panel that they think he's trying to, because let's be honest, Envy's he didn't get any traction over here before RNY. RNY is the draw
Yep.
because like
She
I
kind of
adore,
like making his channel. Yeah.
yeah, I adore, I just really have always liked RNY. So she's the draw. So if, if he's getting numbers, I hate to say it now, he probably has some more 3 people over there. I don't know. I think I've been to their lives one time on Envy's because I found out RNY was over there. And I thought that it was just a regular co-hosting thing. I did not, realize the full extent of, them being
Oh, you didn't know they were dating or whatever?
right. I just thought they
Okay.
were
Okay. Okay.
co-hosts. So I heard she was over there, and so I was like, let me go check out my girl. Um, so if I did that, because it's the beef sector, she's beef sector. So the draw, like, how many people do you think on average he gets? He and her get in his chat when they go live every day.
I done seen up to like 300 and something. I done seen
Okay,
as low as 50,
okay.
as
Let's
far as
see.
300 or more.
Yeah,
But his numbers really be numbering since she started being his co-host.
of
But a lot of
course,
people don't
because
like him, and
yeah,
they don't want to support because they don't like him.
right. And see, that's what I thought because I know that's why I went over there to watch. Went over to his channel and made a point of finding his channel because I wanted to hear and see RNY and check her out and see what she was doing. Look, I'm smiling. You know what I'm saying?
Because
But
a
and
lot
I'm
of people
thinking
do like R and
a,
Y,
a
and
lot of
he
people
knows
do
that,
like
and that's
her.
why he do get his numbers most likely because of her.
Exactly. So in a sense, I can kind of understand where people are saying that, like she's making up. But I think that RNY, once she started her channel, people were going to come regardless. So I'm not really feeding into that. She's making up with everybody because she wants everybody to come. Because I think there was just going to be a certain amount of people that came anyway. Because if she fell out with everyone while she was over there only with Envy, then how were they getting all that numbers? That means people still wanted to see RNY, plus maybe a few from the Mo3 sector that wanted to
Oh
see
yeah, I
Envy.
mean he's from a lot of
So,
different sectors, so he has a lot of support from a lot of different sectors. So he's
um,
still going to get. I mean, even before they was a co-host or whatever, he still got numbers, but he just wasn't all the time getting the large increase in
mm-hmm,
numbers.
mm-hmm.
Than what he got when it was her. But the thing about it is, it's not about all the support in the sector who support her. Is about this group of friends that she wants to rekindle their
No,
relationship with.
I said what I said because I've heard people say that she only wants to make up with them so that, you know what I'm saying, she'll be in good and people like the intels, and stuff like that would come
Because it's
over
very
and she,
beneficial. And that's why a lot of
right,
people
but
believe that. Yeah.
right, but what I'm saying is I think she would have got numbers anyway, but I see what you're saying, she would get even more numbers
Yeah, because she
over
done
there.
like 5 or 6 shows over there already. So she been started her channel.
Oh, see, I did okay. I didn't realize it had
Yeah,
been
she
that
then
many. I
started
thought
her
maybe
channel.
2. Okay. Okay. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well, I
she
mean,
then
but her
started her channel, but I think it I think they said it's the timing is wrong. See, this was a lot of people. It's not just that, but people feel like the timing was wrong. Like all that time when you was over there on Envy's panel, all those days, supporting his channel for hours through the night on his channel. And not once did you go to the ladies and say, "Can we talk?"
but
It
how
didn't
long
start
okay.
until she created her own channel and now doing her own shows, and she wants them to come over to her channel, hit
Maybe
the
she
link, and talk.
maybe she feels a little freer because it is her channel and she doesn't have to worry about them since she
But she could have
knows
went
they
to their
wait a
channels
minute
too.
now, wait a minute. Since she knows they don't particularly care for him, maybe she felt funny and knew that it wouldn't do her any good to try to make up and they wouldn't come over there. But now maybe because she has her own channel, she feels like it's more free for them to come over and they can kick it like they used to. Does that
And
make
people are
sense?
saying, why didn't you go to their channel?
Oh, okay. They got
That's the
answer for
thing.
everything. Okay.
No, this is I listen and I watch and I
No, I'm talking
also
about
see.
they, not you. I'm talking about
I'm,
they had an answer because they can
right,
ask.
like
Yeah.
you were so like they were so cool. I mean, they were so very cool and very close. She's on
Yeah.
their panels all the time.
For
Not one
years.
time
Yeah.
did you hit a panel and say, "Can we talk? Can we have a meeting of the minds? Can we have a kumbaya? Can we have?" It wasn't until she got her own channel that she's trying to grow, and then it's not, "Can I come over and we do a StreamYard?" It's, "Can you guys come over to my new channel and we have a conversation?" So that's why a lot of people believe that it's an opportunist move that she's doing, and that
And
is really
and
not.
yeah. And some
But
people last
yeah,
night were saying that they believe that he's trying to be like a puppet master in the background
yep,
because it's really him wanting it. Well, I'm sure he wants her channel to grow too. He wants both their channels to grow. And so, because I think, he's in the industry, in the entertainment
he's
industry
in
or
the yeah.
something. And
Hmm.
so, it'd be beneficial, I'm sure beneficial to him in numerous ways to get that up and popping like that. And it would be extra beneficial if this woman's channel was popping and they could, because then they probably could really go back to combining everything and having one big channel. But I'm not saying that's what they want to do. But yeah, they kind of feel like it's him,
That's what a
making
lot of people feel
all
like.
these
Like,
moves.
yeah, that's what a lot of
Well,
people feel
but
like because, like, check this out. And hey, C Hatch, how you doing, boo? Check this
who?
part out. So this is
Oh,
what some people are mentioning too. Was the
mm-hmm.
fact that people were saying, I mean, she was saying that the reason why she's doing her channel now is because didn't nobody support her, because she heard somebody say, I think it was TMO or it was somebody. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But it was somebody who had told her if they knew she wanted to have a channel, or they would have supported her and whoop 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 whoop. And they was like, well, if you would have supported me having a channel, why didn't you assist or help me get a channel? And people was like, if you want a channel, all you gotta do is click the live button and create the channel, and people will start subscribing. So she's trying to say that Envy was the one who basically helped support her with her channel. And Pizza and then was like, well, all that time you was with us, all you said you wanted to do was hit links. They was like, when we talk about channels and stuff, you didn't want no channel. You never said you wanted a channel. But
Yeah,
now you're saying that you wanted a channel and nobody supported or helped her get a channel but Envy.
well, because now RNY, I'm gonna have to say for me myself, if you would have started a channel before all of this, but if you would have started a channel, there's a ton of us women in this sector and some of the men, but a ton of us women that would have ran over there and subscribed. Because I'm going to be honest, For 6 straight years, I barely missed a live, and pizzas was one of the main. I rarely miss a pizza live. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the place. You know what I mean?
That's the place
Especially,
to be. Right.
yeah, especially when it was all women. I miss that pizza, but I know she's gonna be like, "Don't tell me how to run my channel." All I'm
Yeah,
saying
the
is, I
niggas
miss
are
it.
all the niggas on in the yard now.
Yeah, they be arguing and fussing and taking over. But anyway, that's her channel. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, pizza, I miss the old days. That's all. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Lord knows I'm not. But if she'd have mentioned, y'all, I'm thinking about starting my channel, everybody would have supported her.
everybody.
Pizza, Lady Nika, TMO, they would have helped her. They would have showed her what to do on StreamYard.
That's what I
Just
said
like,
the other day, Corio. I said they would have got her 1K within no time.
yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So but then again, I can't speak for her and her experience with them. I can only say how I would have felt if she would have announced she wanted to start a channel and she did. I'd have been one of the
Right.
first ones over there subscribing.
I would
But
have to. Because I
right,
like
so
R&Y, and of course I like Pizza and Bree and
sure,
Lady Nika. I like all of them. I support
sure,
a lot of people in this sector. And
yes,
whenever anybody starts a
yes,
new channel, I immediately go, whether it's a
yes,
guy or a female, I immediately go and subscribe.
right.
If they got 2-3 channels, I make sure I
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to all of them. There's
Mm-hmm.
people that I supported the push to start a channel, like Very Carey is one of them.
Yes.
There's several people on here that I was like, oh my God, if you got a channel, I think you would do so great. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
Charlies, the Very Careys,
Mm-hmm.
and other people.
Mm-hmm.
We like just do it. Just do it, and the
Right.
support will come. And she would
Right.
have definitely been supported, and she's being supported now.
Right.
But that's what people
Exactly.
are saying. If we would have known, but when it comes to just the breakdown between her and Envy and her friends, and I believe until Envy admits that he was really upset and threatening her, and that it was not an upset and troll, that they're not
He was
ever going to,
he
they'll never
said it
be
was
back on track. Yeah.
he said it was he wasn't even upset. It was
And he
just
was
a
angry.
straight it was just a no, he said he wasn't. He
No,
said
no,
he
no.
was.
But I'm saying when it happened,
Oh yeah.
he was in chat
Oh yes.
threatening her
Yes.
in chat.
Yes. Because
And
I
he was
said
on panels threatening her on his panels.
yes.
That
Yes.
he was
I could
threatening her. It was like it was like, it wasn't no,
yes.
oh, you keep messing with me and no. Everybody was
No.
like, oh my God.
That's the way I felt. That's what I said to myself. Wow. Wow. You
She
really
felt
gonna go
really
after
threatened.
yes. And I thought to myself, see, that's why, because it made me angry because I'm like, why are you doing this, dude? It made me really clutch my pearls because I'm like, you really gonna go after Pizza's channel over for what?
He was gonna report her cash app. I mean, there's all these
Right.
threats. Her ISP or her IP address, her cash
Yes.
app, and then he went live. He and RSY, him and RNY went live like a day or so after that for like an hour or so. And when I say he brought out his articles of corporation, his LLC paperwork, all the people he do business with, he showed pictures of his. When I say he
Yeah,
went
trying to intimidate. Yeah.
right, like all this shit, that ain't trolling.
No, it's not. He was not. He was angry. And
He was
like I
very
said, I
angry.
think that when RNY, I think the reason he calmed down and quit is because RNY was talking to him behind the scenes and
Right.
cooler heads prevailed. And that is one of the reasons why, let's be honest, people don't like him.
But again, until you admit that you are really angry and you are really threatened, Pizza ain't dumb. Some people might think Pizza's dumb.
No, she's not
Pizza
dumb.
is not dumb. She and
Yeah.
everybody else, a lot of people around this motherfucker ain't dumb.
I
We
think
saw the
Pizza,
anger. We saw the
yeah,
anger.
I think Pizza you know how Pizza mispronounce words. I've heard Pizza on that panel pronounce words that were not small words. You know what I'm saying? I think she adds a lot. She puts a lot of sauce on it. But pizza ain't hardly dumb, and it offended. And see, this is what I say. Now he's giving people in the beef sector a reason not to like him. We still like
Yep.
RNY, but him personally, for some people, it it's a new dislike, and for other people that already disliked him, it proves a point as to why they don't
Mm-hmm.
like him. You can't
Absolutely.
go after one of the most popular and endearing content creators in the beef sector and threaten her like you did. First of all, you a man. Why are you that upset? What did he say she did? I'm not even.
And his woman, or who he's locked in with, sat there the whole time
Well,
encouraging him when he was doing all that, my business, my LLC, my livelihood, my this, my that. She was right there. And then now, oh, he was trolling. Now that y'all want to be cool with him again, oh, he was just trolling.
and
Nah, it
then he
wasn't.
act like he couldn't understand why she was upset.
Right.
He was gaslighting
And
her
he was
to the.
blowing her
If
off. He was
people
gaslighting.
Right, if people want to know what the definition of gas, because a lot of people, they think they know what it means and they really don't. And I'm not saying people in this chat, and I'm not saying everyone. I'm just saying there are some people that get the definition wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you
Hmm.
truly want a true definition of gaslighting, uh, it happened last night. Now,
Yep.
Lady Nika didn't get to see the live because she had to take her aunt or someone to the grocery store. She said this was on Pizza's panel, and so when they were going back over there, and people in the chat, I think RNY like took that part of the video out, or maybe she took the part. Maybe she only took the part out where Pizza and Jessica were going at it, because
She took
they
it out.
I think she took that because they were going
Why?
after, they were
That
talking,
was some good shit.
girl,
That
she
was
took
her, Pizza and Jessica B going back and forth. That was some good shit for content.
it was
I would
good.
not have deleted that out. I would have made that his own video, if anything.
I
Shit,
never
re-uploaded that shit.
let's just put it like this. When Lady Nika was like, I gotta go over there and watch it because I missed it, people in the chat were like, she took out part of it.
Probably
I'm
because she don't want her. She want to like preserve or protect. I don't want to say protect, but you know
sure.
how some people are. They will take all the negative videos and hide them to make it seem like all their shit is positive and uplifting and
Well,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because who was that? It was somebody. I can't remember who it was, but whenever they'd have us, we're like the people that come to the cookout and everybody else is sitting around having a good time playing cards, laughing and talking. And when we come to the cookout, we come rowdy with 40 ounces
Rowdy
all
in
up
a
in the air.
motherfucker.
The
What's
beef
the fuck
sector.
up in this bitch? What's going
Right.
on?
That's the
Yeah,
way the beef.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
the way the beef sector go to the cookout. Okay. So I forget who it was, but they were changing their channel, making it different. And so they hit all the B sector videos, and they only would keep their new stuff on
A
there.
lot of
And
people started
every
doing that.
right,
Hmm.
and every damn time they would let two B sector people up there, somebody from the chat would come up, and there would always be an argument. And I was like, you can't take us anywhere.
Yeah,
Don't
people
even.
are doing that more often now. You go to somebody's page and it ain't no videos. Like there's
Right,
some people who go live every day, but if you go over to their page right now, ain't no videos. They put them all on private
right, right.
because they
So,
just don't want that. I don't know.
right.
They just don't want that
Yeah,
on
because,
their,
yeah,
you,
because
you know.
I think that RMY, the vision she has for her channel is the way she is. You know what I'm saying? Calm. Now I'm sure she can go off. I'm trying to think if I ever heard her go off.
Well,
I've
you can
heard her,
tell sometimes when she gets highly,
yeah,
I don't know what it's called, irritated
agitated.
or
Yeah,
agitated, because you can tell in the rise of her voice
yeah,
and
but
how she takes a louder tone when
yeah,
somebody's talking to her. I hear
that's
that
about
coming
it
through.
though. She doesn't like. It wouldn't be like me or you going off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's
I
just
think she can. Just like people
oh
underestimate me, people who don't know me in real life, like they just always the hood type is so sweet and so kind and so nice and da 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 da. Da. Like people who don't know you in real life, a lot of us don't come on here with that rah rah rah. We just come on here to have fun
that's
and
all I'm
watch
talking about
videos.
is right what you guys show us. I'm just
Right.
saying she just has she may have just whenever I've seen her get upset with
I can
somebody
tell that she can
on a
go in and probably
panel.
drag you through the
Oh, you
mud.
know
I
she
can
can.
tell.
She a church girl. Church girls,
Girl,
church women, church
catch,
women,
catch.
church women. But I just really feel that she wants a specific aesthetic to her channel, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like ladies on the panel
Right.
conversing, having a good time,
Right.
people in the chat, having a good time. Now you might
Right.
know there might be people in the chat that don't get along or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
there's just certain things that she
And that's
wants as far as her
absolutely fine.
panel.
That's
Hmm.
absolutely fine. But when it comes to friendships, Corio, we have a
But there
friendship.
are no
I'm just,
friends on YouTube.
but I understand Jay Wilson says that, but we know that to be a lie.
Yeah.
We know that you can have friendships on YouTube.
Yes.
When it comes to
That's
your
true.
friend, your real friend,
Yeah.
and you're talking to them and you're telling them how you feel, and you tell them
Yeah.
what they did to you, and they
Yeah.
just like, oh, play it down or play it off or say, no, it wasn't really like that. Like, if they want what they had with pizza,
Hmm.
and it might get there without them doing it, but they have to be honest. I can't be friends with somebody who's not honest.
I think if it was only RN, let me, through the years, we've watched Pizza get into it with people, and Pizza has a forgiving. She may not she may forgive it, but she's not gonna forget it. But
Right.
she's let other people that she's gotten into it on her panel, or she'll even go to their chat. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
And I think that if it was just RNY, they could fix it. But you got Envy in the equation,
It
and
couldn't just be just R&Y, because with just R&Y, they were fine.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the problem didn't happen. So this whole thing would have never happened with Pizza being threatened. So
It's a,
R&Y before that didn't do anything to
exactly,
them. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? But let me read C Hatch's comment. Said that's why Envy went after Pizza, because she is one of the biggest content creators, and R&Y went right along with him. And I don't care for either one of them, R&Y and Envy. And that's the thing. A lot of
Oh,
people feel
okay,
like R&Y be going with a lot of what Envy be saying. And then
okay,
she comes out and says, I got my own mind, I got my own way of thinking. He don't control me. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
yeah, yeah,
But a lot of times it do seem like what he says is it's the perception
yeah,
that people are seeing. We see you guys every day. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I think people's points are valid if
Hmm.
that's how they feel. You know
So
what I'm saying?
whereas I'm thinking it's an Envy only problem, everybody else who's been here and seen everything. See, I can only go by this, what happened, what is going on now. I haven't been here in the past. So what I'm thinking is only an MV problem that RNY is kind of spilling over onto RNY. Other people think that it's a RNY and MV problem together. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Yep. And Vibrant said R&Y puts you in your place
She
real smooth.
does.
She does. That's why I said I
Hmm.
know R&Y can come off the porch if she wants to or if she has to. And what's up, Quick
Hmm.
Vic? I saw your comment in the chat. You said you're a friend of Eddie's. What's up? Shout out to you and shout out to Eddie
Hi,
for
Quick
supporting
Vic.
us over here. Absolutely.
You missed Eddie. He was on the panel earlier.
Hmm.
He had to go though. But anybody else in the chat?
Yeah, Eddie probably shared it out or shared the live. But yeah,
Probably.
Vibrant just
He's
dropped
very
down.
sweet.
And they said RNY giving Tulsa the business. Hold up.
Oh,
R-
good.
RNY
Good.
got into it with Tulsa?
What channel, Vibrant? I
She
don't
just
know.
dropped the link. Hold on, let me see if I
I
can
don't
click on this link. I ain't gonna play it, of course, in here, but
I don't know. But see, when you have I can't see the chat. And when it's on the panel, I don't know whose channel that is. Shorts. FSN. I hope our RNY tears the skin off that man. I mean woman. Tender dick
this is
nigga.
from January. The link she dropped was from January. I think I remember that. She was like,
Oh,
I
okay.
said
She's
what I
giving
said, sir, ma'am. Or what did she say? Ooh, RNY.
I love she does. She tells you how smoothly and if I'm remembering correctly, she may not even use a curse word. She may use a damn. I don't know
She
though, but
said,
I don't remember her cursing.
I'm trying to be nice to you, dear sir.
See what I'm.
But no, that's another thing people mentioned when she first got with Envy. Like now you over there cussing all the time, and over here you was all churchy, and now you with
Oh,
Envy,
she
y'all
cusses
cussing all
all
the
the
time.
time. She
Child,
didn't do all that on her when the one time I went over there, she seemed like in her and Envy were doing a live. She seemed like regular RNY. And then last night, she didn't curse. And you know what else I felt? I'm always, be tilted toward RNY. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's I'm just going shit. I remember when I hate to say this because it puts me in a bad light. When I start coming up on your panel and those fools start coming up here, and I would just get angry. And one time, whoever it was said something to you that I didn't like, and I lost my mind, and me and the person start going. No, what it wasn't me. It was not that time. It was these two, whoever it was. They would start going at it out of the blue, and it was the first time it really happened on your channel. Remember, and you were just at a loss. You were just like, "What do I do? What you know what I'm saying?" And that happened to her because a lot of people were upset that she let people up on her panel when it should have just been her,
that's
Envy,
what
and
Charlie
Pizza.
actually said. Did you see when Charlie hit the link?
Yes,
Charlie said, I
yes,
think if you're trying to
yes,
have a resolution or come to understanding with somebody, I think it should be a one-on-one. And I thought that's what it was going to be as well, a
yeah.
one-on-one. And if you're really trying to have a one-on-one, then it shouldn't be a panel show. If
I
if you
don't,
have a problem with somebody, it should be just you and them.
but I think that's where being a new content creator comes in because I think Pizza had dropped down, or either that was one of the times her computer kicked
She
her
did
off.
drop down. She dropped down because she felt like he wasn't taking her seriously. Like she said in the chat, she felt like Envy was sounding
Well,
like she was wasting his time.
yeah, but there was also a couple times her computer kicked her off.
I'm talking about the
So I'm
first
just
time. The
saying,
very first time she dropped down. It was because they
right?
were actually going back
That's
and forth.
true. Yeah,
And
yeah,
she was just like, forget it.
yeah. You're right. You're
And she
absolutely
just
right.
dropped down. But you see what C has said. They set Pizza up. She could have stopped the convo between Pizza and Jessica. She said that RY and Envy wanted that to happen.
Well, no, see, I don't. I think what I was trying to say was that I think that just like you know, content creators. I remember when that happened to you. You were just like, "What the heck do I do?" You didn't. It catches you off guard. and you kind of get stuck and you don't know what to do, especially when it's two people that you like. She likes Bizarro, she likes Jessica B. And that makes it hard to drop one and not the other, because then you'll be accused of playing favorites, and then you can't mute one and not the other, because then you still will be, told you're playing favorites, and so you just like sitting there stuck and you're unsure of what to do. I think that particular thing had more to do with being a new content creator than trying to be messy, in my opinion. What do you think,
Yeah, I don't
Coco?
know. I don't know necessarily if they wanted that to happen, because I don't think that they thought it might go that far, because you never know. As a content creator, you never know. Now, as a
Right.
content creator, like let's say you invite Mother, I'm just throwing names out there. If you invite like Mother and Dimps on your
Oh,
panel,
Lord.
okay? There are certain people, if you invite let's say Rico and Jay Wilson. I'm just throwing names out there, right? If you invite
Yes.
certain people on your panel at the
Yes.
same time, you
Yes.
already know it
Yes.
might blow up. And of course,
Yes.
for people who want that content, or they about that beef content, they gonna be like, add people to the link. I try as much as I can. If we can't always remember. We say that a lot. If we're not the CCs or the subscribers that watch this shit damn near 25/8, we
Yeah.
sometimes don't know who's beefing with who made up with who's beefing again with who. So
Well,
sometimes I have let people on my panel, and they be like, "Oh, I don't fuck with that." I'm like, "What? What? Huh? What? When? Y'all don't get along?"
yeah. And I think that her and Jessica have always had their little, thing, because I've seen them go at it, and like want a pizza be up on her. I've just seen them, but it got so mean and nasty up on R, and what they was talking about each other's
They're talking about
kids.
kids, but you saw that one dude come up there, Mister. What's his name? What's that guy's name who came up there and tried to get Jessica to stop?
Girl,
What was his name?
Mr. Motherfucking West. I think
Mister
West.
Mr. West. Mr. West. And hey, Jill, how you doing? When Mr. West got up there, Jessica was like,
Ugh,
I don't give a fuck. She
ugh.
started with me on my kids a
He
long
was
time
like,
ago. I don't give a
yes.
fuck.
He was
I
like,
felt like he shouldn't even hit the link.
he shouldn't have. Number
Mm-mm.
one, sir, you from Mo3 sector. You don't know shit about the beef sector. You don't know how we roll. You don't know that that's what we do. That's because y'all just, and then he started talking about the beef sector because y'all punks and y'all this. And it's like, and then remember he made the comment, because I bet you it's all about some fat woman that did it. And I wrote in the chat, I'm like, that avatar, you looking pretty fat yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't dog out women. This is a women's and we're all just about women in that chat, and you gonna talk about fat women and how fat women act, and you a fat ass looking, you up there on the panel with your avatar, we can see your fat ass, and then
Yeah,
he
bringing
gonna say,
people's size into it, I don't know what was up with that. But the fact that, first of all, it was two females going back and forth, it don't matter if you didn't feel like she shouldn't be talking about kids. This is the B sector. And granted, if anybody should have had a problem with them speaking on kids, it should have been RMY. I'm not saying she should have had a problem. But I'm saying if
yeah,
anybody
yeah,
should have to say,
yeah,
okay, that's enough, that should
yeah,
be the content
yeah.
creator, the channel holders decision,
He just,
not you
he
or
just
not you, not me, not anybody else.
Yeah, like he was like the regulator. He was big
I'll be
man.
right back. I
He
got to
was
get a package off my porch. Keep
yeah.
talking, baby.
Okay. It was okay, Chad. I'm gonna keep talking. It was like he was big bad, the new sheriff in town. He was gonna come up there and regulate the women, because big fat women didn't know how to act, and that was probably the problem. Was somebody was a fat ass woman and this, that, and the other. But when he said, Jessica, now we good or something he said, and Jessica was like, we are. Jessica didn't know that man, and if she did, it was only in passing, not to the point he could sit up there and tell her what to do. I was scared that Jessica was gonna snap, crackle, pop on him.
That's what I thought too, because she sounded like she was really close.
She
She sounded like she was really close. She was like, I don't give a fuck. Go pray about it. Go da 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 da. I don't give a fuck. And that's how you be in a fight. When you in a fight, it don't matter if it's a street fight, in real life or on here. Some people like, well, they came for me first, and I wasn't there, so I did not witness who came for who spoke what pieces said back then. I wasn't there for that back then, but you know how it is. Some people's like, it's to the fucking dirt. That's just how some people are.
Yeah, he just needed to. If he's going to hit a panel, it would be best if he hits Envy's panel. He doesn't. If RNY is going to have a female, and she knows this, I ain't saying nothing new. He doesn't need to hit her panel. First of all, he's a turnoff. He doesn't have the type of personality, even in a mixed crowd in the chat, that people would like, people in the B sector would appreciate. He doesn't have that type of appeal, even though we have a couple people over here that are the same way, quite a few, actually a few. But yeah, we don't need a new one. And he needs to stay over there on Envy's panel. RNY needs to keep it, women like she wants to, because he was turning everybody off in the chat. I don't even do that anymore. And he was getting on my nerves so bad, I had to start roasting him, to the point he was reading the chat and he started to try to roast me, and RNY and Charlie told him, don't do that. I mean, because it was just, it just was putting a bad taste in your mouth, because you don't know us that well. You definitely don't know.
He made the situation worse, because Jessica was already on one. He made the situation worse. He got her more and more upset. And when she got more and more upset, that's when she was talking more and more about the situation. But she had to, hey Jill Comfort Zone, how you doing, babe? I was in your chat earlier. But CH has said, you are right, the hood table. He should have not been allowed on the panel. All these non-Beefster sector folk. And Vibrant said, Mr. West knew exactly what he was doing. He is familiar with Beef sector, but feels free because of Envy and the Mo 3. Yep. And CH has said, I wasn't in the RNY chat, but when I was in Pieces chat, I went and watched a snippet. But yeah, I felt like he also knew what he was doing. I felt like he was agitating the situation. And that he probably did know what he was doing, because he kept nitpicking.
And then I didn't like it. I think too, when I really start typing in the chat, not going at him, but saying my shit, like, how I usually used to be, no more, no less, was when he started talking about Pizarro real bad. And I'm like, why are you talking about her? She's not even on the panel to defend herself. And you already getting on Jessica B's nerve.
Getting on her nerve.
Shut up and get down. But you can't.
I was like, why? At that point in the show, I was like, why is not RNY dismissing him?
I don't know.
I did not understand.
But here's the thing. All y'all CCs do that shit. Y'all like somebody and y'all will keep them up there, and everybody in the chat up in the clouds can tell this person is irritating. Don't nobody like them. Y'all, they done.
But do she like him like that? See, I don't know. I know.
I'm saying that's Envy's boy, so
yeah,
he probably felt awkward putting him down. But what I'm saying is, all y'all do that. Y'all torture y'all's chat and people in the clouds with people y'all like, and everybody else under the sun.
So they can pay them down and make money off of them?
It don't matter. Y'all all do it.
I do know a lot of people do it on purpose too.
Well, yeah.
So they can get paid.
Yeah, because I don't know, but I think that there's a couple in particular that I see up on panels that I know nobody likes. Every time they get up there, they get it might take longer some nights than others, but they always end up getting paid to get
Yep,
down.
they getting
Yeah,
paid. Like,
yeah,
hey, give me $50, I drop them. Give me
yeah,
25, I drop them. Give me.
yeah,
They will have their chat be tortured, as you
yeah,
say.
yeah,
And what
yeah,
I do is, if I have somebody on my panel and I notice that the chat is kind of, I'll let them still live for some time. Then I kind of like try to, in a roundabout way. All right, well, thank you.
yeah.
Without just, okay, you gotta go.
And when you
I
would
try to do
that's,
that. Yeah.
that's a lot of the time thinking back of when I would snap crackle pop because they had been up here too long. They were putting everybody to sleep, or they were agitating everybody, or just they were an unlikable person that nobody ever really liked and didn't even want to see on a panel. And you would be trying to wind it up in a very nice way,
Yep.
and they weren't getting a hint. And it was just getting more and more and more irritating to the point even Charlie would be, she wouldn't even be speaking anymore. And it was like, oh my God, hood table. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because I don't like to be. I'm not really a rude and
No, you're not.
disrespectful person. I can
Phyllis,
be if it's turned on to me. You know what I'm saying?
of
I
course.
I can
Yeah.
give it back. I can throw it,
Yeah.
definitely throw it back. But
Yeah.
for the most part, if I invite somebody on my channel, I try to let them get their shit off,
Right.
say what they gotta say. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate you, for clicking the link, without just saying, like, drop down, bitch. Like,
Hey,
Shakira,
sis.
drop down, bitch. I try not to take no routes like that,
Sure.
or,
Sure.
accept money,
Right. 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 You know,
but to each
yeah.
their own, how they do their channel.
Yeah. But as far as Lemon's live, real quick, like I said, I was going back and forth just a little bit, and I see that Clydeva's back, and so she's
Yes,
like, I
right
guess,
away, first night.
yeah, she's the new lady.
She was the
Of
lady before that, before you weren't here though. But
no,
she was over there for some time.
okay,
And then
okay,
he took a break for like a week.
uh-huh,
They had got into it. I believe
okay,
she said she would not go back over there again. But
okay,
when he came back after his hiatus, she was
okay,
there. And
okay.
shout out to VS in the chat. What's up, boo? How you doing, love?
Hey, VS. Um, yeah, so I wasn't over there a long time, but they seemed, Lemon was fine. He
Hmm.
no drinking, which I thought was great.
I thought he did good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it all, what it almost reminded me of. It reminded me when he was on Sir King's panel. You know what I'm saying? Except for,
Hmm.
it's Sir King was so restrictive. So, but anyway, but he was
Hmm.
himself, but sober and having fun. I felt like he was having fun.
Yeah, I feel like
Instead
he
of,
was having fun too, but I
yeah,
liked how he
yeah,
was,
yeah,
basically he was sticking to his guns with
right,
people who he felt disrespected him or came at him or did something,
yeah,
nefarious to him, where he's like, okay, I'm not fucking with you, I'm blocking you, you're not welcome over
yes,
here, you stay
yes,
over there, I stay over there.
yes,
That's the problem with a lot of things over here, why people say it's always a play. Because when somebody does
yes,
something nefarious to you or disrespects you or whatever, and then they're just welcome back on your panel like the next day
yes,
or the
and
next week.
yeah, and I think that that's one of the things that would upset him, because I think underneath it all, Lemon's very, very nice. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so he doesn't want to hurt people. And so he would, and when he was drinking, he would just keep giving them chance after chance after chance. And I think now that he's sober, he's like, no, I'm good. And he'll stick
Yeah.
to it. Whereas before he would give in, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because I think people would just sit back there in his back chat, and he probably kept looking down, and it'd be 30 minutes later, and he was just like, screw it, let him up here. And then
Hmm.
then he get stressed out. He'd explode and start cussing people out. And so so I don't know that anything that I saw happen. I think I saw Ken Nola up there one time when I went over. And then I can't remember, but I went over to Sincere Saida's because, I just dropped down real quick and said hi. I think I was there for 3 minutes and I didn't know the person she had on her panel. By that time, I was really sleepy. I was kind of looking for someone who was live because I wasn't quite sleepy enough to fall asleep, and I knew if I watched one more live, I would pass out sleep. I didn't know who was on her panel, and I think that's about it at the table. I'm still not exactly
Yeah.
how Lemon is involved in the Pizza Envy and RMY thing. Did it
Well, that's
start?
because when see it's been a minute since you've been here. So this happened first.
Okay.
The situation with Pizza happened first. With the threats that
Okay.
she was really upset by that they're now saying was trolling, right?
Right.
Then after that, RNY Envy, I think he got tired of RNY always saying certain things or making certain comments about him or his show, things like that. So he started talking about her, saying she's a trans. The first time that Envy and
Lemon said
RNY
that.
came live,
Lemon said this is Lemon and RMY.
yeah. The
Okay.
first time that RNY and Envy came live, it was when when he was having the meet and greet, and
Yeah.
everybody thought it was gonna be like a whole bunch of people, but it
Okay.
only turned out it was RNY. And when they went live a couple of times that night, and one of the times it was back at his crib. And C had said Envy, he meant that's what we believe. That's what a lot of people believe. That he meant everything he said, and that RY knew he meant everything he said. And that's the disconnect between Pizza, why she's like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But when they did come live later on after clubbing and other things, they went live, they hit Lemon's panel or somebody panel, and they was at Envy's crib. And RY put out some KY jelly out of her purse or her bag. Now, everybody who knows about KY
Wait a minute.
jelly,
What?
KY jelly is one of the things that gay men use if they're a bottom.
Wait a minute. Who pulled? Wait, what? They were in the
RY.
club. Envy
She
pulled it out.
pulled it out and showed it to everybody, and I don't know why she did it, but I wouldn't have. But
She pulled it out
anyway,
of her purse.
she pulled it out of her bag.
Okay. All
showed
right.
it on screen.
Okay.
Everybody in the chat was like, "Oh my god, why do you got KY jelly?" So Lemon has made jokes, a lot of jokes about her being trans. She's really a man. Why would she need KY jelly unless she's a man? Stuff like that. So they've been like, he been throwing her shade and shit like that, right? And then I guess if you come with me with a gun, I'm gonna come with you with a bazooka or something. And everybody knows a bazooka is like a really big military type thing, right?
Right.
So, and he was drunk and slurring. I'm like, come with me with a gun. I'm gonna come back with a bazooka, And so her and Envy, I guess they took it as a serious threat. And RY had other women, like including Jessica B, listen to it, and everybody was. She said some people was crying, like appalled. Oh my god, why would he threaten you like that?
Who was crying in the beach?
Well, they didn't say who, but it was some ladies. It was whoever the ladies was that had the privy of listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So she went and did paperwork. She did paperwork where he lives in Cali. All this kind of shit.
You lying?
No, I'm not lying. Now everybody believes, even Pizza, when she was laughing about it on RNY and Envy's panel the other day, like, you guys are fucking, like, we know what he gonna do. The man is not, where he gonna get a bazooka? Like where he like I mean it was just like, but we gotta we also
See,
gotta allow RNY, if you really feel threatened, then that's
yeah,
your prerogative. But in the same instance, everybody who watched Envy type in that chat and watched his follow-up lives to that situation with Pizza felt like he was super angry, he was really upset, he was mad. Like you just have to watch the show.
yeah, I
He was
saw.
mad, he was upset.
Yeah.
And he was acting like he was going to take some type of steps to affect Pizza, including her cash app.
Wait a minute. Is that what he was mad about? Because she laughed and was like, "Now where's he gonna get a bazooka?"
No,
Uh-uh.
no, that's two totally separate things.
Okay.
Two totally separate things.
Okay.
The issue with Pizza and Envy, that was two separate things. They was talking
Gotcha.
shit to each other, beefing in the chats, and
Okay.
Envy was like, I can find out your ISP, your IP address. I can do this. I can do that. And so Pizza went over to Lemon's panel and said, oh my God, your moderator has threatened me, or your friend has threatened me in the chats. And he kept on going at her in the chats. And then he followed up with live shows, showing all his LLC business, showing all his like credentials. You know what I'm saying? And he appeared to be upset, very upset. That's why everybody's like, he's lying. That was not a troll move. And Pizza, like I said, Pizza, a lot of people think she's dumb or something, but she knows that wasn't a troll move.
No, it wasn't.
So that's the disconnect. It's like Pizza feels like, if I can be threatened by your man and you sit up there and you allow it, or not allow it, but basically you standing with him during that threat. Then when Lemon said something about a bazooka, everybody like, man, you taking that serious, but you didn't take what your man said a piece of serious.
Mm-hmm.
And now that RY is trying to get the friendship back with the ladies, now Envy, it was a troll move. And again, RY is standing with him, and now it's a troll move.
And I felt like you could tell he meant what he said to Pizza, because his apologies were empty.
They were empty.
As soon as he said he apologized, he would circle back around and say the same thing, but in a different way. Does that make sense? And it was just like, and I think I wrote something in the chat like, you're not coming across,
as sympathetic or understanding, nothing.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I think I said something like your conflict resolution skills, aren't skilling, or something I said to that effect. It was just like, if you apologize, cut it right there. Just say, I'm sorry. Don't say, but, or I'm sorry, but if, just, I'm sorry.
Let's say you were mad, you were angry, you meant what the fuck you said then.
At the time.
But in hindsight, after thinking about it and talking about it and realizing the effect that it caused on, whatever, I wholeheartedly apologize. And just like Lemon, I apologize. I apologize for talking under her clothes. I apologize for calling her a trans. I apologize for this. Lemon gave his apologies to RY.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Lemmy, he don't want to stand in the shit, and he's like, it was trolling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And see, that's why a lot of people aren't built for the beef sector. Now I know everybody gonna say, well, they scratch in the Mo 3 sector, and they do, but that's like the beef sector. Just because everybody's over here doesn't mean everybody beefs. They may like to watch the beef, they laugh and joke about the beef, but they don't actually beef. You see what I'm saying?
Like me.
Yeah, exactly. So there's Mo 3 people over there, content creators, who they scratch like hell. Then there's some content creators over there like you that, they're in the sector, but they don't do all that. You know what I mean? Because I've been to a couple people's panels in their chat, in the bushes, when I used to go over there, and they would do interviews. You know what I'm saying? Now they might go to somebody else's panel and get caught up, but anyway, I just don't think some people, even from when Envy was over there with Lemon, when he would get up on the panel, it was a complaint he had. He'd be, going on and on and on and on about it. He would, Lemon would be trying to talk to him. He'd be over talking Lemon. You couldn't get a resolution because he wanted to just keep going on and on. And that's when, I'm going to be honest, that's when Riggs would be laying up there, with the camera on, and people would just be like, oh man, you know what I mean? And I would a lot of times click off. I don't think he's beef. I think that a lot of people, either they just don't like to play. Some people you can't joke with, like with a beef. They take it, you know what I'm saying? They don't like it. They get angry. Or some people are sensitive. I don't know which one he is, but I just don't think that the beef sector being in his chat, because look, listen, we all know that there are subbies in the beef sector that can make you cry. I'm not saying Envy cries, but beef sector subbies and chats are undefeated. So if you can't stand what's going on in the chats, how you gonna survive what goes on? You're gonna have B sector people down there. You're gonna have, and if you up there being rude and doing things, and I'm not just talking about him, I'm talking about, say, like Mr. West. I was saying a few things in the chat and he wanted to go off. So good luck.
Well,
Good luck.
I guess we just gonna have to see where it's gonna go from here, because I know Pisa, when she went on her panel, Lady Nika was up there talking about, maybe I should have had this conversation with y'all on my panel.
Yeah, she did say that, but why did it change? Did they want to do it on her panel, but then they
Well,
decided?
see, originally somebody, that Georgia person, has suggested in YTC's chat that they go over to RMY's. But then
Okay.
when TMO went live, they started discussing it. And so RMY was in the chat and Envy was in the chat. And so everybody was like, well, they just going back and forth talking about it to each other in the chat. RMY, Envy, Pisa, TMO, they all going back and forth in the chat. So people like, just hit the panel, just hit the damn panel, because RMY wanted to have a roundtable on her channel. And they was like, but you here right now. And even when RMY hit the panel, RMY, she was still kind of like holding back on the conversation, because I think she was trying to reserve certain things for her platform. But then finally, RY said, you know what, fuck it. We're going to do this right now. I'm just going to say it right now. And so that's when she started saying what she thought her issue was with Pisa. And Pisa was saying what her issue was. And then basically, it didn't get resolved. Goosey was up there. He kept interrupting when Envy was trying to talk. Envy dropped down. And so that's when RMY said, yeah, she scheduled a live for it to happen on her panel. And then we saw what happened. Yeah.
Does Goosey not like Envy?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure, but he was talking shit. It was funny, but at the same time, I was like, Goosey, please let him speak, because we know Envy is going to run if he can't talk.
Ain't that the truth?
And so that's what he did. He left.
See, if to me, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna be quiet. But yeah, I know if Goosey doesn't like some male, he will jump up on the panel and troll them. To the point they eventually have to jump down. And the two people, I've seen him do that to two people. I didn't see him do it to Envy, obviously, but you're always grateful and thankful that he does do it. But also, BBW did a video, and I guess she was dragging Lady Nika Pizza and
not Bree.
No, not Bree, but it's a B. It's Mo Better. She dragged Mo Better.
Oh, she was going back and forth with Mo Better in somebody's chat before then, right?
I don't know, but I know when it started, and it was I don't it
I can't
was
remember what panel it was on, but she sure did hit that link, and she was going in on Mo Better, and I don't know what happened, what started it, what's the beef about, but she was going in on Mo Better on
it
somebody else's
started
panel.
it
Mm-hmm.
started on Pizza's panel,
Mm-hmm.
and what happened was um okay. Do you remember the night when Lemon, his mom had put him out, and Lemon was in the hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and he called, his mama had called him and said, come back home. So
Mm-hmm.
Lemon had called his brother to come pick him up from the hotel room and take him back to their mom's house. Did you see that live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when Lemon's brother pulled up, Pizza, and then we're like, oh, can we speak to your brother? I forget his name. Let's call him Bobby. Can we speak to your brother Bobby? Put Bobby on, let us speak to Bobby. So when Lemon was like, hey, Bobby, they want to speak to you. And so Bobby walked over and was like, hey, how you doing? And before really anybody could say anything, BBW was just Krista. I always want to call her BBW. That's what I remember. Okay, just Krista was like, hey, Bobby, I was almost your sister in law. And she kept saying it. Oh, over and over and over again to the point where because Pizza was trying to talk to him and ask him a few questions and try to get some tea, a little content going. But,
Mm-hmm.
BBW, hey, Bobby, I was almost your sister in law. She just kept saying it over and over. So somebody paid her off the panel.
Oh.
And so I'm sure she didn't like that. And so she felt it was. Now, if I'm getting it a little bit wrong, I apologize, but this is what I got. I was there, I saw all of it, but if I'm getting it a little bit wrong as to some of it left out as to, but for the most part, she's upset with Mo Better, Pizza, and Lady Nika because they were mentioning how she was doing the most by saying, hey, Bobby. Now, I'm just using that name. Now, I know that's not Lemon's brother's name, but how she kept going, Bobby, I was almost your sister in law. Bobby, I was almost your sister in law. Bobby. She just kept saying it over and over. So she was upset that Lady Nika, uh, Pizarro, and maybe Mo Better. I don't know if she was just upset at Mo Better because she thought she had paid her off the panel, or if she feels like Mo Better was talking about her like Lady Nika and Bizarro was. But they were just like, you were doing too much. We were trying to talk to him, and you just kept saying that same line over and over and over again, and he couldn't hear us or whatever. And so I guess she got upset because she overheard them, talking about that and saying that. And so she went to she fired up her live and she fired them up, because, just Krista can drag now. And so she was upset. And so last night when Mo Better hit Pizarro's panel, Pizarro and them were like, Mo Better didn't pay you down. As a matter of fact, what you don't know is when people pay you down, Mo Better is the one that pays for you to get back up on the panel immediately. And
Oh.
I felt like, I know just Krista was like, oh shit.
Oh
Because
wow.
That's because Pizarro was like, I didn't even want to say that, but that's what it is. She didn't pay for you to get off the panel, but when people pay you off, Mo Better is the one that pays for you to get back up there immediately.
Oh
And
wow.
I know, right? So
I need
that's,
to go watch that because I missed that her dragging them. I missed that.
yeah, I haven't went over there and watched it either. I just heard Pizza and them talking about it, and people will discuss it in the chat. And so, of
Mm-hmm.
course, Lady Nika ain't the one, the two, or the three. And so
Mm-hmm.
she gave, because they were kind of saying what just Krista was saying in that video. And Lady Nika had to give her a little light. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
Lady Nika's light will make you cry a little bit. And so she gave her a little light, but she didn't go off.
Child. Yes, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. But that gives me a few things that I can watch. I don't know who else went live. I saw VS. She hasn't went live since like yesterday morning or the day before.
What was her live about yesterday? I can't remember.
Did I even get to see it? I think I saw like the last few minutes
I think
because I didn't know that she went live and now it's on membership and she be putting her stuff on the highest level.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
that's too much for me, child. I can't pay over it's like $400 something.
Yeah.
And I think it's a point of making it unreachable for most people so they don't, share it or flag it or I don't know.
She said that she had, I guess someone had told her, and I don't want to speak for VS. I don't want her to get upset, and if I get it wrong, I apologize. But I was watching one of her lives and she said that she had heard that there was a group trying to get together and pay for membership so they could go in there and get her videos and get some
That's what
stuff and try to make her lose her channel.
I
And so,
figured much, yeah.
and I was like, that is so smart.
And I didn't know anything about no groups or nothing like that, but that's why I was saying earlier, she probably put it like that so people won't be so inclined to pay, to watch or try to flag or try to, things like that. So, I mean, I get it, even though a lot of us, we'd be like, dang, VS, who was that? Me and Charlie was on here one day. And we said, VS, please just send us the link. Me and Charlie was acting up. We was like, I don't even know if VS was in here that day, but me and Charlie was like, please, VS, can we just get the link? And we was just clowning. But I was like, dang, because a lot of times I don't like either get the notification or she might go real early when I'm still asleep. And then I go back and like, dang, I can't even watch. So I'd be kind of sad. So I ain't even gonna hold you because I'm like, I love watching all her videos. But there's she in the chat. She said that's correct. She said you're correct.
Oh, okay.
Corio, you're correct.
Get it wrong. Okay.
Yeah, but I'll be like, dang, like a little kid. Dang.
Well, it is very frustrating, VS, because like she said, you'll have been out in the morning and you get back because sometimes I need to go in and I get back home and I fired up or I get a chance to breathe and I look and it's like, oh, okay, she went live and you click on it. This video has been,
I know.
Like, what she was talking about.
And I always get bamboozled, right? I always get bamboozled because I'll click the link, I'll see it says members, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm a member. And I'll hit the link and I'll see like it's 10 stages up. I'm like, oh, I'm a little minuscule member. I'm like, that's above my pay grade, child. That's above my pay grade. So I can't even watch. But so then I try to check other people out, like the J Duns, who will give like commentary and stuff on that. But a lot of people don't give commentary on her videos for some reason, and I don't know why.
They're probably scared that if they say too much, she gonna put the hammer down.
I don't understand because when I do commentary, I like to watch everything that's in the formation or whatever you want to call it. I like to see what they said, what this had to do with that, and their side, her side, his side. Right. But I like to so.
Well,
I try to catch them, when I can.
Well, it looks like, because I haven't caught up. Reed and Jay Dunn have been going back and forth a little bit because I haven't been able to watch Reed's. I think I watched one for like 5 minutes and I had to leave. But she was upset and I didn't even know who she was upset with. And then one morning while I was getting ready, Jay Dunn was live and nobody else was live. And I was like, well, let me see what Dunn Dada's talking about before, while I'm getting ready. And she was talking about, because she was just saying Reed, and I gathered from what she was saying, they kind of had a little back and forth, but I'm not exactly sure what started it or who started it.
And I don't
So
know
I
either,
don't know.
child. So don't get me the line. I
Yeah,
don't know either.
yeah, I don't know. So I'm
So,
gonna have to go watch Reed and watch them because Reed seemed really upset, and
hmm
and Jay Dunn, she sounded unbothered, and so I'm
hmm
not sure
yeah,
what.
Jay Dunn, she normally goes live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So she'll be live again today,
Oh,
tomorrow. So I'll just have to watch
oh,
her, because Jay Dunn, I watched the last one she did the other day. So,
okay,
but she tries to stick to her schedule, because,
okay,
life and things like that, everybody can't come live
okay,
every day. So she does try to stick to her Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm
okay.
sure she'll be live tomorrow morning.
I did
Oh,
not
there
know
she
that.
is. Hey, Jay Dunn.
Hey,
What's
Jay
up, Jay
Dizzle.
Dizzle? She said Reed was fighting with BS and kept putting my.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
that's what happened.
okay.
Okay. Thank you for the
There you
update
go.
because I just hadn't I did, and it's good to know you go live on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I
Mm-hmm.
did my grocery shopping listening to y'all. Oh, were you bored?
Oh,
Were you
thank
bored
you for
have to
giving us that click in that view, baby.
were you bored have to
Oh,
did,
Corio
did
said,
you
"Was you bored?"
did you agree with the commentary on RNY and NV, Jay Dunn? Anybody have
Yeah,
a
yeah. What do you think
perspective?
about that? I know she's grocery shopping and whatnot, but I still feel like that I'm partially, if not totally correct, and thinking that until Envy admits that it was not trolling and he really was angry and made those threats to Pizza, there's never going to be a kumbaya or a come to Jesus moment because they're downplaying what really happened. So again, if my friendship was reliant on that and my homegirl and her man did that, then I would think, hey, y'all just gonna have to you're gonna have to eat it. You're gonna have to eat it.
Like I said, I think he only did as much as he did last night. I know, right, Jay Dunn? 20 grand is not enough.
Yes,
Um,
not enough.
I
Mm-mm.
really think that he only did as much as he did do is because RNY did talk to him behind the scenes. But like you said, and like a lot of people felt like that um the 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 play is that she I don't know. I don't know. I just think that he did the little bit mustered up to do is because she talked to him behind the scenes, and he
Mm-hmm.
could have did and should have did a lot better. And I 100% agree with you that it probably will not get any better unless. And I think that between RNY and Pizza, they can work it out. But if Envy does that half-ass humming a shit that he was doing last night, it's not going to work out between him and the beef sector because the beef sector women, because we all share subbies over here, and people when they're in certain chats they're called certain things, and even and so you can't just say Lemons chat will come over here or the Hood Tables chat will come over here, because when they're in Pizza's chat they're the intels, when they're in Brianna's chat they're the what was Brandon's people called? Pettyville.
Pattyville.
Right, when they're over here, they the hoodies. You see what I'm saying? But in all, they're the same subbies. And so if they're upset because of the way you treated pizza, you can't depend on other people's chats to come over and support you because we're all one and the same. Am I making sense?
You are absolutely making sense. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because we all support the same people. A lot of
Mhm,
us do support the same people. So
mhm,
yeah, I see
mhm.
what you're saying. And I know we're approaching 3 hours
Okay,
now.
I'm
So
sorry. I
no,
just
don't please don't apologize. I just gotta make sure I throw that in there because we, especially you and I,
yeah.
we can go on and on and on to the
Yes.
break of dawn,
Where's
child.
Charlie Boo?
I don't know, but Charlie was live earlier. I was in Charlie's chat earlier, and
Okay.
then after Charlie had went live, I had an interview that I think went really well, and I won't say what it was for,
I
but I
hope
had
it's
an
for
interview and I think it
I,
went really well. So
I
I
hope
should
it's
hear
for
something back in a couple of weeks because I'm trying to make some
big promotion.
motion in the ocean with my life. You know what I'm saying?
Aw,
Your girl is trying to do bigger and better things.
you got to.
Especially with my talents and my skills and my
You got
crafts and things
to.
like
You
that.
got
So
to. You got
yeah,
to.
I'm trying.
Why would
I
you
just can't be at a standstill. You
I
know
would
what I'm saying?
did you get the cake safe?
The who? You said,
Uh-oh.
did I get what?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. RNY's over at Lady Nika's doing the sit down.
Oh, right now?
That's what she said, speaking of RNY.
Okay, because
Lady
Lady
Nika.
Nika did
Right.
say that she should have had it on her. So let's go over there then.
Okay, thanks, Jay
Thank you,
Dunn.
Jay Dunn. Thank you,
Bye.
Jay Dunn.
Okay. I'll talk to you
Y'all know
later.
I don't like missing the tea. Now I know some people be like, "Don't be saying what's going on." Now people just in here. Oh, such and such is live. You know,
Yeah.
I see why some CCs be like, "Don't do that."
Yeah, because
But
this
if
went
y'all
with
know,
your
y'all know the hood table about catching a storyline.
yeah,
So
it
if
went
you
with
think
your
it's popping
it went with
somewhere
your content. Yeah, it was
where we
in
can go
line
get
with
the content and the tea, please do. Do tell. Do tell.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So let's run on over there,
You
y'all.
gotta
Run
let
on over
me
there.
you gotta put me down.
Okay, honey, I got you, boo. Love you,
Thank
sugar.
you. Love you
All
too.
right. Thank you
Bye.
for joining.
Oh God. How in the world
Okay.
do
I got
this?
you, boo.
Okay.
All right. So we about to go over to Lady Nika's. Hey. But yes, thank you so much again. Jada said you're welcome. So if you haven't already on your way out, please like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. We are on our way to 9K, 9 Kizzo. So I do appreciate you guys for that. And if you want to donate to the platform, $ the hood table 402 for the Cash App. And then also, if you want to send a super chat, feel free to do that as well. But other than that, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye. Later, Jill. Later, Choreo, J Dunn, and VS, the icon. I don't know who all else is in here, but thank you guys for dropping in on me today. I appreciate you guys and the engagement in the chat. Y'all be good.